Yeah. What these bitches want from a nigga? What these bitches want from a nigga? What these bitches want from a nigga? Dog, I meet bitches, the street bitches, slash, Cocoa Puff, sweet bitches, make you wanna eat bitches, but not me. Y'all niggas eat off the plate all you want, but not D. I fucks with these hoes from a distance. The instant they start to catch feelings, I start to stealing they shit. Then I'm out just like a thief in the night. I sink my teeth in the bite. You thinking life, I'm thinking more like, what's up tonight? Come on, ma, you know I got a wife. And even though that pussy tight, I'm not gonna jeopardize my life. So what is it you want from a nigga? I gave you, you gave me. Bitch, I blazed you, you blazed me. Nothing more, nothing less. But you at my door, willing to confess that it's the best you ever test. Better than all the rest. I'm like, alright, girlfriend, hold up. I gave you what you gave me, boo. Enough. What you want from a nigga? What you want? What these bitches want from a nigga? Really want? What these bitches want from a nigga? Yeah. Bring it on that jewelry, girl. What these bitches want from a nigga? What you want from me? Baby, tell me what you want from me. There was Brenda, Letitia, Linda, Felicia, Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, and Alicia, Teresa, Monica, Sharon, Nikki, Lisa, Veronica, Karen, Vicky.
May be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To consent to this recorded call, press 1. To disconnect, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Dumbass people, we don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. We talking about the fire charges. That's what we talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, we here.
Yeah, we live. We still live, my chief.
Live on IG and Bigo.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. I know I got a lot of hate too. I got some love.
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, definitely love.
So I wanted to include this comment in this particular video because I resonate with what was stated in this comment, and I believe that it's the closest to the truth of any other comment that I've read so far with regard to this situation that Eligio has found himself in, and Janae Natiri seeking justice for the acts that were committed against her. If you listen to the video of the interview that I did with Janae, you would know that I never once believed that the sex was consensual, and I always felt that it was sexual abuse. Within the video itself, I called it coercion because that's exactly what I thought that it was at the time, and I knew that it was not something, I felt that it was not something that she or any woman would have wanted to have happen after the trauma and the abuse experienced prior to that incident. And so, shout out to Simply Anna, the content creator that I saw this comment under. She was posting the clips from the girls trying to discredit Janae using clips from my interview. And I just happened to run across this comment from Donata Williams, and I want to give a huge shout out to Donata because, girlfriend, you are on point. Your comment reads,
I don't think she intended to charge him for rape until she told her story to the police, and they informed her that that was rape after listening to her. I believe that initially it was him putting their sex video out that pissed her off. Had he not posted that, she probably wouldn't have gone to police. False imprisonment was also added after she told her story to police. She probably didn't even think it was rape until the police told her. People have to remember that rape isn't just categorized as being held down by a stranger while fighting and forced to be intimate. Also, it's 3 charges for now, so whether he is guilty of rape or not, he posted the videos. And the other women should hush because she could have pressed charges on them for assault. Who wants to be slapped in the back of their head and bullied for nothing? I don't think she's trying to create a narrative at all. He has to be accountable for every decision he makes. He's so smart. He should have known the laws in Georgia. I remember when he posted Velvet's sexual act and she was very, very upset. Shaking my head.
Peace, family. I want to start this video off by stating, once again, emphatically, that when Janae revealed the story of the night she left carbonation to me on my panel during the interview, in my opinion, what she described to me, despite her saying anything outside of I was raped, I don't care what word she would have used that day. She could have said we had sex, we made love, we fucked. It wouldn't have mattered to me. I would have still came to the same conclusion that I believed the actions that ensued were coercive in nature and she was sexually abused after being physically abused by Nature Boy's so-called fake wives that night. I mean, you could spin it any way you want to spin it. You're not going to change my perception or my mind of the events that occurred that evening. Now, if you are the type of individual that believes that, because a woman, used a certain word to describe a certain action that took place under whatever influence she might have been under, obviously not understanding that, the situation that you're in is a fucked up one. Number one, it's not normal. It is an abusive environment all around. It was clear as day to me that what happened was not consensual. She clearly did not want to go into the room with Eligio. Clearly, she did not want to have sex with Eligio. And she said no. Period. I don't give a fuck what she called it. She could say, he wanted to have sex with me and I said no. And then he proceeded to make love to me. It's still sexual coercion, sexual abuse, aka a form of rape. Period. And nothing that you girls do, you can dox me, you can defame my character, you can slander me in any way, shape, or form you desire, because you're going to have to face the consequences of that at some point. It's not going to change anything that I said, felt, or believed happened that night. I believe sexual coercion took place. I don't care what results from this trial, my belief remains solid. Even if he's found not guilty, I still believe that a sexual assault occurred that night, and I will believe that until the end of my days. So keep violating the law, keep breaking the law. I'll leave it with this. What you're doing is wrong. What you did the night that she left the cult was wrong, and you haven't stopped being wrong since. Period. Pooh.
Bro, we gonna come out with the video. Literally clipping everything that we speak, everything back and forth. How she talked to Earth,
and the T, the website, the T. We need to get them shut down. They gonna hurt. They gonna have him hurt, man. I ain't with it.
Man,
I ain't
that's
with
not
it.
crazy, bro. The T be promoting me. The T ain't doing nothing illegal because she promoting me. Like, if anything, the T, I took videos from the T. She kept files I didn't even have that just to prove my point. Like, yo, I had to prove my own fucking point. I'm like, yo, I don't got a problem with people saying I'm a woman abuser. Cause I'll smack a bitch. I'm dead ass serious. I'll smack a nigga or a bitch. I'm violent. I'm a violent person. If you fuck with me, I will get violent with you. So I don't have a problem with that. The children part is what I have a problem with, dog. Because I don't even let people here with their own kids. If I was a pedophile, I'd be like, yeah, bring your kids. Like, hell nah, nigga. I don't even let bitches here with kids.
See, he gives permission to share his lives. He's a public figure. He's the Messiah. So you trying to shut me down from spreading the message of the Messiah? Why would you do that? Because the people that watch my channel, I would say about 80% of the people that watch my channel don't agree with the message. Nature Boy says to share the videos. That's permission. Fair use. Commentary. I don't even do commentary, but if you try to shut the T down, what I'll do is I will advise my subscribers to go subscribe to my backup channel, and I will start doing commentary. Purely commentary. And I will share my thoughts and my opinions. And we'll do critical reviews. Would that be better? Wouldn't you rather I just repost the lives and leave it at that? I think that would probably be in your best interest. I am the consummate objective observer. Yes, I might, throw little titles up here and there that are meant to extract, conversation amongst people, get a laugh, a chuckle, what have you. But this is, you like the second, third, fourth. Who knows how many people are trying to advise Eligio to shut down the T. Are you guys that afraid that his own words, I don't even add any commentary, it's his own words. You know how stupid you sound. Have a nice day. I love my self-reflection.
Stay up, you know why? I like how you suck my. Anyway, I'm being nice. That's a funny thing. Her page is not monetized. Oh shit! So she on my dick for free? This bitch is a stalker.
It's not monetized? That's weird. You better get your money, shorty. You're getting a lot of views. Making a lot of money. You're supposed to be making money. Send me 10%. Let's get that pocket right. You're not doing your business right. You should be making money. What you mean it's not monetized? What do you mean? Stupid? I'm letting you get money out here. Like, I'm not going to report you. Get your fucking money. Monetize that shit. Stupid. Put ads on it. Monetize it. Please don't beat Malia. I'm not into beating women. I beat that pussy up, nigga. I just don't tolerate disrespect. Y'all niggas is weird. Y'all let women disrespect you. I don't do that. Niggas or a woman don't disrespect me. We don't play disrespect, nigga. From no one. I'm a man. We don't play disrespect from no one.
Right now, I'm pulling up the emergency motion for gag order and injunction. Yes. It says that on April 11th, the state shared certain discoveries with the defendant. The discovery included material such as body-worn camera and videos depicting law enforcement videos with the alleged victim. On June 2nd, the body-worn camera with law enforcement and recorded statements made by the alleged victim were uploaded and posted to the defendant's YouTube channels. Nature Boy TV and his Instagram accounts 3LeeHio.13.
But when all these other people was defaming his character and making him look all these kind of ways and spreading the lies on him, everything was fine. It was fine. Everything was okay. You're saying, oh, he's the bad guy. You're painting him out to be this fucked up person. Yeah, that's okay. But when we post the truth,
everybody has something. We get a gag
everybody
order.
Want to stop it.
But you guys have already defamed. You have already defamed his character. All of the news articles, all of the channels, the Chantel Coleman, the T, all of the other YouTubers who have constantly taken, and I will say, stole our content and posted it on your page without commentary.
Well, let me fix that for you right now. Let me give some commentary. First of all, Eligio, aka Nature Boy, made himself look all kinds of crazy on the interwebs. Okay? I didn't have nothing to do with that. I'm documenting y'all asses because you're in a cult. In particular, a sex cult. Eligio considers himself a public figure. In fact, he said that he was Christ for years. And then he started calling himself God Almighty himself. So you mean to tell me that Christ/God is up in arms about people critiquing his behavior online? I am shocked and appalled. Well, I never. Y'all need to cut the crap, okay? Every other live, Eligio was saying to share the live, share the live, share the live, share the live. Now, one of the main reasons that I refrained from doing commentary is because I have a slick ass mouth. And I needed to try to at least remain objective by just posting the content and allowing other people to critique, to criticize, to whatever they felt from hearing his words and seeing his actions. Most of it was levied against you guys. So when the abused become the abusers, the tables turn. Welcome to the lion's den, ladies.
Made a fool of him while he going through this.
You guys have made a mockery of his life while we're going through hell trying to get over obstacles that your obsessions have created for us.
Clear
okay? Just because you want to be like somebody.
Is this what I want to be like? Tell me now.
Okay, well leave him. Leave. Get the fuck out there. Leave. Get up here. I said that right here. What I said?
Malia, shut out.
Now you ladies know damn well I do not put my hands on girls, women, females, anybody. I don't put my hands on people. So y'all got me all the way fucked up. And you know it. Tell yourself anything to make yourself feel better about the predicament that Eligio landed himself in.
Shut up, Malia.
What is you doing? Why you disrespecting my house? No, get your stuff and go. Get your stuff and go. Get your stuff. Get your stuff. Bye. Get the fuck out. Leave. Leave. Let her leave. Don't come back either. Go.
What is going on?
That's her bad luck.
Wait, hold on.
Let her go. Listen.
We strong. In the spite, I'm drinking medicated. Break out the dice, let's shoot. I'm savage, I only back coops. Told the bitch to bring one friend, hard-headed ass bitch, bought two. Look, one of them in the eye said I already fucked you, why she bought you? I'm a player, these bitches, they love me. In the club, passing out bubbly. Bitch on the shit like rough. Can't a nigga tell me nothing. I'm out in Hollywood, drugging. Young nigga paid and thugging. Don't you go down a tuxedo. Trap nigga like Nino. Just had a bad bitch trio. One Mexican and one Creole. Nigga, please, you ain't got as much guap as me.
Did I ask for a strawberry? Bitch, did I ask for a strawberry?
No.
Huh?
No, my chief.
Don't you ever in your motherfucking life give me no motherfucking strawberry unless I ask for one, motherfucker.
Pushing 3.
I'll make you get on your knees if we're not the same.
The roaches, the rats, the strays, the cats, the guns, knives, and bats. Every time we scrap, the hustling, the dealing, the robbing, the stealing, the shit hit the ceiling. Little boy with no feelings, the frustration, rage, trapped inside a cage, the beatings till the age, carried in 12 days. Somebody stop me, somebody come and get me. Little did I know that the law was riding with me. The dark, the light, my heart, the fight, the wrong, the right, it's gone.
What I want you to do is try to mock me and Stop saying. Hey, you do what I tell you to do. You don't move without me.
Push it 3.
Put your fine ass. That's all we live in is dog, nigga, real nigga shit. Hey, get in the kitchen. Smack her again. We gotta smack you again? It's okay. Hey, then, bitch, what I say to you though? What I tell you? What I tell you? Stay in the camera. No. You ain't got your hoes in check like I got my hoes in check. Yeah, they be disrespectful and they be a little, cause they black. If I had white girl with this, Chinese girl with this, I broke the black bitch. You ain't broke the black bitch like I broke her. We said right, smack her. Smack her. No, smack her. Fucking playing, bitch. Get your motherfucking mind right, ho. All right, sit up. Sit up, bitch. I said right. I just said right. You ain't listening to me, ho. Up! Smack her!
I came up, I ain't going back broke. No problem, my mouth nigga, rich on froze. Trap open nigga, we never close. I mean, that's it, we gotta get it. I ain't
Oh, smack that nigga. Fuckers, don't you ever disrespect me, nigga. Fuck is wrong with these niggas, man? No fucking God, nigga. Fuck this phone, nigga. I made this phone and I made you, nigga. Ever disrespect God, nigga. You don't think for yourself. You too. You got a problem with that? White boy?
No, I was listening.
Nah, you ain't listening to shit. Shut the fuck up. Feel sorry for him, white boy? Help him out. Call the cops. You the FBI, huh? Fuck you, nigga. Even if you lock me up, nigga, guess what? I'm still, my spirit gonna live, pussy.
Who you talking to?
Don't say shit.
Who you talking? Shut up.
It don't matter. Give a fuck if you want. White boy, you can never stop me. I'm God. I'm your nightmare, nigga. I'm God. The black man is God. Feel my motherfucking. Feel that.
Feel that energy, nigga. Yeah. Yeah. Stop fucking playing with me, nigga. Stop fucking playing with me like I'm some fucking...
Come on, bro.
Stop fucking playing with me, I can't. Stay the fuck awake. I said stay in tune, nigga.
Pushing 3.
Stay awake, nigga.
Hey, some would say 2 men with so many wives that y'all have right now, they would say that a lot of them women are brainwashed or they are held against their will. What would you say to that?
I'm sorry, baby. Both. Both.
Both and what?
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. They brainwashed because either way, when they heard me teaching, they had to watch the system or the program that they already had to fuck with me. So they had to be, their computer had to be washed to say, oh, I'm gonna go fuck with TK. So before you come here, you're gonna have to wash your mind from what you was dealing with before. I ain't them other niggas. I'm TK. You feel me? So they gonna have to be brainwashed by you. And second, they here against their own will. Well, a lot of them, their own will is to disrespect the man. They will to do what the fuck they want to do. But guess what? They gonna have to be dominated. So yeah, in a way they here against their own will, but they've been that will for you because they respect what you stand for. And they respect because you handle your business. Okay. So yeah, both.
TKO.
Look at TK hit him in the head, bro. My nigga.
When it comes down to it, man, no. And for everybody looking, including law enforcement, nobody's here against their will. Nobody is here against their motherfucking will. It's all by
for real, like
not by motherfucking points. You know, it's all love in this motherfucker over here. You know what I'm saying?
But I be fucking with.
So
pull up, man. Get on, order the court. Get him now. You be an actual. Hey, we got issue. We got issue. Yeah. Yo, what y'all supposed to do?
Start something around you already. Watch out, watch the camera. You're right, the camera.
See, when we have a problem in our camp, just like the cells in our body, we surround that problem. Somebody has an issue, just like the cells in your body. Somebody has an issue, just like the cells in your body, we surround them. See that? When we have a virus around us, what do? Yeah, do we have a problem? We surround it, just like cells in your body. If there's an issue, we surround you to ask you what the fuck the problem, my nigga. Is there a problem? You need to escalate and get the fuck out my house? Do you need to get the fuck out my house? No, I didn't. I didn't think so. And I know we ain't got no attitude because you turn on us, we turn on you. Immediately. I don't give a fuck what your bond is. You turn on one of us, we turn on you immediately. You're like a virus that used to be a cell like us. And then you got misinformation, somebody possessed with a demon. As soon as you get possessed with a demon, we going, just like the cells in my body, we gonna check the temperature, motherfucker.
So this is what y'all think I want to be like? Y'all think that this is swag? You think that this is how women prefer to be treated? You guys have life completely backwards. There's nothing about Nature Boy that is appealing to somebody like me. You've been used, abused. You don't know up from down. None of you really truly want to be there. None of you. You could be out living life, enjoying yourself, having a career, starting a business, like some people, you know. You gang up on people. You don't square up one-on-one. You are used to being coerced to do things. You don't have a mind of your own. And if you did have a brain at this point, it would need to be totally deprogrammed. So you need to be re-brainwashed so that you can just exist in normal society, because you're unable to do so at the moment. And this goes out to the ex-members who can't decide whether they want to be in or out of the cult. They're afraid to truly move on, afraid to truly do the healing and do the work. Y'all are not intimidating anybody, okay? So you can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, but you know the universe will deal with you appropriately. There's consequences to everything. And I don't know why y'all wanted me to start doing commentary, because the way my mouth works, honey, yeah. Rest in peace to whatever y'all thought y'all did with that expose. Thanks for the promotion. Appreciate it. Peace, reflections.
I like my woman to come to my chest. I'm 6'2", so I like my woman to be like 5'2", 5'3", 5'4". Even shorter, bitch. You can be 4'11". You can be 4'3". You can be 4'3", bitch. I'll pick your ass up. I just love short women because I'm a dominant nigga. And so I like to dominate my woman. And that shit just make me feel like a man. The shorter you are, the more it make me feel masculine. So I like to feel like that. And I like, even if we arguing, I know I could crush you. Like, I like to feel like I could crush my fucking woman with one hand. Because that make me not do it. But it turns me on. It's something in between me and being able to kill you and me being and our sexual activity. I have to feel like I could kill you with one punch, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't do it, but then it stimulates me sexually, and then I just, that shit drive me crazy. I be weak for y'all short bitches. Like, for real. That's the real shit I had to realize.
Women love to get choked. They like to get choked. They might want you to chase them and rape them. Like when I say I'm talking about like play like rape and be a little rough with them. Passionate. Women love passion. Women need to know when you touch them, it's intentional. Like they want to feel that you are touching them with all the intent in the world. Women are attention seekers. They love attention, so you have to know how to be passionate with women and handle them like that. You have to. If you don't, then you're not going to have a long anyway. So it just is what it is.
Not playing with you. She probably wants you to take that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how women get. They want you to take it. You asking for the vagina. I don't know why you doing that, my nigga. Like, stop asking for pussy, man. Take that shit. If that's your woman, that's your pussy. Take it. You feel me? Like, you shouldn't have to. She don't want to give you, man. She wants you to take it. That's why you're not getting none.
And I definitely wasn't even aware of my own abuse. Like, I wasn't aware of being coerced, you know. In my mind, it was like, you know, even though I said no to him, you know, it was like I was his property. So, you know, he'd always say, you belong to me, your soul belongs to me. And so he could kind of, it's like he could just walk in a room any night he choose, and if you're sleeping in there, he can wake you up and say, come on. You know, that was just like rule. Like, it was just like he could do whatever he wanted to do. If you're in the bathroom just minding your business, he can walk in there and do whatever he wants to do. It was like, while we were saying the only enemy is yourself. No. We made other people the enemy. Every time somebody left, we made them the enemy. We told Velvet she was wrong. We told Denise she was wrong for leaving. We told so many people they were wrong for leaving when we were wrong for staying. We told Janae she was wrong for going to the police when she was absolutely right. She went to the police for all of us when you think about it. She was absolutely right. And I thank her so much. Because I really have my life back, you know. And my son, look at him, he's laughing, having fun. You know, he gets to be. And that's very important to me.
Excuse myself. There was an essence of love
when I went back. And that's why I stayed. Because I thought he loved me. And I thought they loved me. And I thought they wanted me back. Because they showed me compassion. You know, he showed me compassion. They made me a spiritual bath. Fufu Eferu, which is gone, she goes by Ishel right now. She's the one that actually invited me back. She's the one who invited me back, just to visit. I thought it was gonna just be a visit, and I just leave. Honestly, I didn't think that I was gonna stay, and the reason why I stayed is because I missed my family. I really did miss them, really bad. I missed them so bad.
Take
And
your time, Janae.
I'm sorry. I missed them so bad. And I wanted them to know that. And I saw the magic in me healing. Like I said before, I wasn't lying when I got online. And I told everybody that I wanted to testify that this man healed. I wanted to testify that he helped heal me because I was in a very, very low space. I was just coming back from being very toxic to myself, doing what I was doing in Chicago and all this other things. And I went back and I didn't realize how much I missed him until I got in his presence. And I was shaking really bad. I was shaking really, really bad because I didn't know really why I was there. I just know my soul told me to go. So when I went, I spoke with him. I reconciled, and I had to tell him, like, look, like, I never really wanted to, like, lose y'all. I never really wanted to leave. I just felt it was bad and wrong, and I didn't really see you, but I started to, like, see him again, and that's why I stayed, and that's why I went back and stayed. I went back too also to talk to him about Solar. But that didn't really happen because he was dismissing the thought of me even being with him. So I had went back, and Efru had invited me. She said she missed me, and when she started saying she missed me, I felt really happy. Like, oh my God, my sister missed me. I'm going over there, and I didn't even really spend time with the ladies the first time I got there. I was spending time with Bob and G. And he was talking sweetly to me, telling me, oh, I changed now, and the weed changed me. Ain't it different now? And I was like, yeah, it does feel different. It feels like a lot of love here, and it's clean, and it's nice. And he's like, yeah, the weed changed me. I want you to stay. I want you to, do this and do that, and you can change me. You can make me a better man, all this shit. And I fell for it. Duh, of course I fell for it. He knows how to speak to me, so that's why I stayed. I thought my presence would be appreciated. I appreciated them greatly for helping me get back to a natural state. I was wearing weave and eyelashes and nails and didn't really love my natural state again. And then I got back with them and I stripped down, and within 3 days, I was back to me again. And I'm like, yo, I want to testify. I want to tell everybody how you helped me because I see a better you. But the more I stayed there, I seen that nothing really had changed. She was just reeling me in. So I'm dumb for like, believing that he could have changed. I'm dumb for believing that he was this better man that he was telling me that he was, but he wasn't. And for the first 3 days, and I'm gonna end it at this point. The first 3 days I was there, I wasn't online because I didn't want no one to see me. I didn't want no one to be questioning me and all this other stuff. All I knew was, and I wanted to know for sure if this is what I wanted to do, and commit to that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna commit to it. Everybody's saying I can't commit to this, I can't commit to that, I'm gonna prove them wrong. And I'm gonna stay with y'all, and I'm gonna testify, and I'm gonna proclaim the kingdom of God, and I'm gonna tell them that this information is the true information. I'm gonna tell them that this is what brought me back to a natural state. This is what made me get back into my self-love. This is what stopped me from self-sabotaging myself by going back out there and doing what I was doing, defiling my body. But now I look like a fool because it wasn't real. It was all an illusion.
Goes by Captain Ace, says he's part of the group Carbon Nation. Ace calls Bishop the head of the international organization.
This is one of the most troubling experiences I've ever had. The man that most people refer to as Nature Boy, I refer to him as God. I believe that he is God. I met him online. That was my initial contact with him. I seen that he was teaching knowledge that was superior to any other scholar or any other leader that I had encountered at the time.
They look to Eligio, you know, to raise them, to give them knowledge, to teach them, to show them the way. Mm-hmm. He is teaching them that it is okay to beat on your women. Mm-hmm. Right. You have women there that has never been touched by their husband until they seen Eligio put his hands on his women. Mm. It's not okay. It's not okay. I gotta say, the universe is making me do it. Like, Solar, he put his hands on Zoka. She's pregnant. Fuck wrong with you? Come on, man. You alright? But then can we blame him? The man that he looks up to is telling him and showing him that this is okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's not okay.
It is not okay. Pregnant or not, you should not be putting your hands on a woman. What are you doing? Perpetuating the same generational curses that we're trying to fucking break.
Mm-hmm. And women, it's not okay to put your hands on your man.
It's not okay to put your hands on your man, but besides Nana, don't no woman put their hand on their man there. Mm-hmm. Boomy put his hands on his wife. According to Sunflower, he ain't never did that shit until he got the carbonation.
Speak, girl. Speak.
It's not okay. Eligio put his hands on Nana and Malia. It is not okay. It's not.
To the point you can hear it in another room and everybody's like, oh, they'll
fucking
be okay.
Shit up, man.
It'll be okay.
And then the niggas think it's okay. They telling us not chill, everything gonna be alright. Baba G got it. He know what he doing. What?
You know what? And you know what? Zoka tried to call him out on it because the baby, you know, was inside. So the baby got involved. And the thing is, like, you don't.
The baby got involved.
And
to where as though she has scratches on her face, on her back, on her arms, because they can't control themselves. The least you could have did was put the fucking baby out the room,
which they did,
but they didn't do that until she was hurt.
And the thing is, like, when someone tried to call him on her shit, he said, "Mind your business."
4th of July.
Yeah.
When he beat the shit out of Nana. Okay.
Let's do it.
So what happened? All right, so the night of 4th of July, we walked to the park. All of us. We walked to the park, and it's a full moon. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We looking up at the sky, looking at the moon. It was beautiful. Nice ass vibe. But Eligio, flirting with the other women, Nana gets upset. She doesn't like him flirting with other women. So it gets to a point when he start talking, and he like to talk. So he gets to talking. I don't remember what he was talking about, but he got us all standing around him while he talking. He drunk as shit. It's another thing.
Margaritas.
He need to stop fucking drinking.
Tequila.
My nigga, you already said that that's one of your demons. You already said that in Babylon you couldn't drink because you didn't know how to fucking control yourself. Anyway, yeah, he was drinking.
Patron.
And he looks at Nana and he like, what's up with you? She says nothing. He was like, nah, you got something on your mind, talk. She was like, nothing. So he keep asking her. She keeps saying nothing. He ends up walking up to her. And I don't know, it's like he reached for her or something and she did like this, like to wipe his hand away. So he grabs her by her neck and slams her on the fucking ground. Make us all get in a circle around them so can't nobody see what the fuck is going on. He continuously slamming on the ground, smacking her in her face, choking her until she can't fucking breathe, talking about, yeah, I'm the one that give you life. I'm the one that lets you breathe. This shit went on for hours.
That's crazy.
To where as though he ended up taking her out the circle.
All the way down to the end of the park.
All the way down to the end of the park. To keep doing it.
And laid on top
keep beating her ass. And then lay his big ass on top of her. Then started crying, please don't leave me. Bitch, what? What? Fuck out of here. It's not okay. Then we get up and we go back to the house like shit ain't never happened. Shorty dress ripped. Nice ass dress. Blood on her scarf. Scratches and shit all on her face. It's not that Nana don't want to leave this time, y'all. She's scared. She's scared that nigga gonna fucking kill her. Because he said it. Now, he keeps saying it's because of his daughter. He keeps saying, I don't want to lose my daughter.
Stop telling us to go to the police. We don't fuck with the police.
You don't want to lose your daughter. Clearly you do want to lose your daughter. Because if you didn't want to lose your daughter, you wouldn't be acting the way that you're acting. This behavior.
Got to stop. Got to. And that's the thing, what it is. It's not just mentally abusing. There's physical abuse being going on in there.
Exactly.
So that's why it needs to be dismembered. That's why it needs to be disbanded. That's why it needs to be revised.
Shut the fuck down.
He beat me that day, and he made the men tighten up the circle, and everybody watched. And by the end of the beating, I was practically naked in the middle of that circle. And that was something that I had to deal with moving forward in carbonation, and I was very embarrassed about that. And I knew people did not look at me the same at that moment, and I at that point I was just trying to be there for the sake of my daughter, to see if it could work out to have a relationship with her father. And it just got worse and worse. Every moment that rolled by, it just got worse and worse. So every time I would not want to agree with how he wanted to live and what he wanted to do, it became very physically abusive. He would hit me in my face. He would choke me out. He would punch me. He would kick me. He would scream at me. He would slap me. Anything he could do, he would do, so that he could have full control over my mind. And I became scared the last time that I went back. I became like mentally disturbed at that point of like, why would he even want to treat me that way? Because I'm not here to harm nobody. I'm not here to like take nothing away from you. I just want to make the situation better because we have a daughter together. And why wouldn't you want to make the situation good for our daughter? Like, after that beating, I really just couldn't turn that off. That hurted me so bad that from that day I had started to plan my escape. And when I started to plan my escape, it just didn't go well, because if I had showed any sign of leaving or any sign of not wanting to be around him, he was going to physically abuse me. And he did. It got to the point where at the end, he just, threatened to hit me. And I was like, no, I don't want to get hit. So I had to suppress how I felt. I had to suppress my worries and my doubts and everything. And I just kept moving on to proceed with my escape. And this was a couple months later, because he had took my documents. Like, he says that he makes it easy for people to leave, and he makes it easy for people to just walk away. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Anybody who's there who wants to leave, they have to ask him for permission to leave. And when they ask him for permission to leave, it's a speech, a day-long speech, if not 2 days long of a speech, to coerce them into staying. so that he can have control over all of the people. And what all of these people do is they wind up sneaking away, you know. So eventually, to backtrack to the you know, me planning my escape when I was in Cali, he confiscated all of my documents.
The bitch know what the fuck it is. Tell these people what it is. Tell them what it is.
I know what it is. I'm smart. I'm doing it on my own will.
Yeah, I'm doing it on my own will. Bitch, you ain't shit. Fuck you. You know you trying to make these people feel sorry for you. Ain't nobody feeling sorry for you, motherfucker. You here because you paid to be here. Bitch, I ain't asked you to come here. You came here on your motherfucking own, ho. Fuck out of here. Bitch. Yeah, I'm abusing the bitch. Now come do something about save the hoe. Save her. Stupid motherfucker. Save this whore. Save her. You stupid bitch. Now act up out this bitch. I'll show off on you. Malia, leave. Do you want to leave, Malia? Tell them what happened if you leave here. You'll go crazy, won't you? Yeah. Tell them who Baba G is. God. Tell them.
Baba G is God.
Now confess it. Proclaim it. Tell these bitches on this motherfucking live who I am.
Baba G is God.
With due emphasis. Tell them who I am. And I don't give a fuck who record this bitch. I'm God. The black man is God. You take shit off your hoe. I don't take shit off my bitch.
We were all in the group. We were all in the living room. And he said to her, get on your knees right fucking now. Like flat on your face. Right? And she gets on her knees and literally puts her head on the ground. Let me make sure this is not about to die. This is important. Alright. Okay. Which she thought that she was following the right orders, like put my head on the ground. He said, no, put your head flat on the fucking ground, right? She put her whole body flat on the ground, right? What he did after that, he kicked her in the stomach. I mean, kicked her in the stomach, like, while she was on the ground like that. He said, this is what you get. Look at you. You hit yourself. Now, tell me, I'm there because he's I've gave my energy to him in that moment. And he's my teacher. And that's my role model, father figure. I'm just sitting there like, it's okay. She's a woman. She's acting up right now, and her man is disciplining her. But that's fucking wrong, bro.
The women and men who belong to the organization called Carbonation believe their leader, 40-year-old Eligio Bishop, is literally God. And they insist he should never have been arrested by DeKalb County Police Wednesday night at this home they say he rents here on Arbor Trace near La Vista Road. They were all here when police showed up unexpectedly.
This is a revolving door, and you can come in and out as you please. No one is going to hold you against your will here.
Attitude in her face.
What? Say, ooh, that was a good one. Let's make some sense back into me.
Because she has tried to run, she can't get away. When she runs, she gets beaten. She tried to leave, and she was attacked, and she was forced to stay. That is an actual fact. She was beaten for leaving. As he would say, he's putting her in her place, disciplining her. She was out of line. She embarrassed him online. She walked away in front of all those people online. So he had to check her, as he would call it, right? Eventually, she gets completely exhausted and tired of the abuse. And even though she's totally brainwashed and she doesn't have her mind and she does not control, he has told her over and over again, though, if she tries to leave, that he will kill her. He says that he will kill her and bury her in the jungle and tell everyone that she left and they don't know where she is. These are his words verbatim. So not only has he threatened her life, she's afraid to leave. When she tries to leave, she gets beaten for it. And he tells her, we'll just kill you and bury you. This is not something that is entertainment or a joke. This is not something that can be taken lightly. Now, what I'm seeing, obviously, because he is on a public platform, that we just got that little itsy bitsy glimpse. And you guys now get to see what I've been saying to you and what everybody else has been speaking on after they leave there. But you think you have some man in your face throwing his penis around and dancing, being some stripper, telling you he's your Messiah. Meanwhile, what he really wants to do is to be in his sex industry, be with his transsexuals, be gay, but he wants to hide that because that's not accepted in the community. That's not something that's approved of. So these women are being beaten on because he has to hide from being who he really is. When you gotta watch transgender porn before you have sex with your woman, something ain't right with you. Transsexual porn. When you have to, when you have penis pictures, dick pics in your phone that you look at, something's not right. When you have men sending you messages and you say it's working, you're working for the kingdom. Because as long as somebody's giving him money, it's considered work, right? If you're gay, just be gay. If you're transsexual, just be transsexual. That's neither here nor there. You shouldn't be beating these women because you're frustrated with who you are and not free to be yourself. You're sodomizing these women, ruining, completely demolishing their anus because you desire to be with a man. Point blank, period. Whether you say it looks like a woman, whether it's a transsexual, but whatever you want to say it is. Nobody's homophobic. Be yourself. But not at the expense of these women being beaten on a regular basis, never being able to live up to what these standards are. Tanisha literally sat and talked to the family and said, this is what she deserves. She's a whore. And that she deserves to be beaten because she's disrespectful. And that this is what is needed because he's disciplining her and teaching her how to be a woman.
That we're talking about right now. And I want you to understand, this is bigger than me, bigger than you, bigger than all of us. And our only assignment here is to do the fucking work. This is a PSA announcement to you, Malia. Tashina, this is for you. Look me right in my eyes. This message is for you. Your life is in danger. Your life is in danger. I need you to understand what I'm saying to you. I know right now you're in isolation in the closet. I know you are, because that's where you went last time. When you tried to escape. When you tried to escape last time and ran and you slept in the park and you stole the phone. But there was no reception because, of course, he doesn't pay the cell phones. You only get to use Wi-Fi. On July 3rd, I was there. And I witnessed you try to escape. And I was right there and watched you get slapped the fuck down for trying to escape. I watched it. And I've apologized to you profusely. But as I was, I know that you are under this MK. I know that you're under his evil right now. Okay? And I know that your mind right now is sick. And what really happened to you from that sick man, that demon man, orchestrated a fight, egged you both on, DJ'd the fight, put on evil music
to amp you up to go and act like savages and beasts and monsters. Okay? This man isn't just beating their bodies. He has broken Malia's spirit. He has broken her soul. You can see she is completely empty. I speak life into Malia. I speak wholeness into Malia. I speak love into Malia. I speak healing into Malia. Malia, I know you. These women are in hell. They're in hell. They took hits. They were laying on them rocks. They took hits. These ladies need literal medical help and attention. And he will not send them to the hospital. When he knocked her out and held her by a headlock and put her unconscious and body slammed her in a headlock to the ground, she wanted to go to the hospital and he didn't take her. He didn't take her to the hospital. How he gonna take you to the hospital after he just pummeled you down and beat you to a pulp? Why would he do that? I'm telling you right now, for those of you who just left Carbon Nation, you're still scared. Oh, we all know. We know you're still under that MK Ultra, but you have that location. You mad talking about somebody's trying to lock you up, somebody's trying to do this to you. Nobody can do nothing to you. You're doing it to yourself. You're doing things that can allow you to get to where you're going to be going because that's you doing it. And yet you're justifying it that that's a real nigga. All the real niggas are in prison? Well, guess what? Maybe you need to go be with all the real niggas then. If all the real niggas is in jail, all the real niggas is in prison, there's no more real niggas out here, well, maybe that's why you're attracting prison so much. Because you believe that that's where the real niggas is at. Quote and unquote. So maybe that's why you're attracting it. Maybe you're doing things to consistently do to go to prison. Maybe that's what you are calling to yourself. I don't know. But you're not going to tell me that I'm not going to be able to express what I witnessed. That I'm not going to be able to express my truth and the pain that it caused me, the trauma in my mind. To get those visions and images out of my head. I've never seen no shit like that. That doesn't make me not real. That's not normal. Beating the shit out of a woman is not normal. You have normalized beating a woman. Literally, that's what your message has been. It's normalcy. There's nothing normal about that. Hitting anyone, my sister, a man, a woman, anything, any sort of, that's not normal. That's my yacht 101. Non-violence is my yacht. Hear this, don't want the truth. They just want the drama, so you are already dismissed. Bye. Right? We're not here for your drama and your entertainment. This is real shit. There are real women packing their bags and going over there, giving stimulus checks, giving their bank cards, giving credit cards, giving social security numbers. Okay? It's real life shit happening. Taking out loans on people's names that they don't even know. Okay? Fuck out of here. What I look like not speaking about it. I'm not speaking on someone else's karmic experience. I'm speaking on my experience. Hello? My experience. This happened to me. So clearly it's part of my journey as well. To learn and wake the fuck up. I had to wake Sybil's ass up. Right? I'm talking to you the way I talk to myself. I'm not doing anything I'm doing different to me. If you see me fucking somebody up, beating somebody up, pummeling somebody down, check me. Are you crazy? And if I have the nerve to not humble myself and not to correct it, when you see somebody doing the wrong thing, what do? You do the right thing. Right? Whatever right and wrong is. But I know abuse ain't right. That's nowhere in nature. You can't find it. The only thing you find is people, eating and hunger and whatever you got to do to survive to eat. But you ain't going to find nobody killing anybody and beating anybody to death because they have an opinion. She didn't even pop off that night. She wasn't popping off. She didn't do nothing crazy. Not that it would ever be deserved either way, but she didn't do anything crazy like that. So it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up.
This is a revolving door, and you can come in and out as you please. No one is going to hold you against your will here.
I get another child is gone. You think that feel good? You think I don't love you? They know I love you. They know, they can see from miles away how much I love you.
You can too.
They know I love my daughter. They know I'm winning with my daughter, but as soon as you leave, they won, and they think they won, but they ain't win. I told you the devil gonna play on all weaknesses. All weakness. They can't wait. They in the room. Go home, girl. Come on back, baby.
He told me that I was too friendly to the guests that come over. He said that I was a parasite. A parasite that leeches on the people when they come and want to take their energy and all this other stuff, when that wasn't even the case. Of course, when people come over, me being a socialite, a Gemini moon, I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to talk to them about knowledge, tell them about things that we're learning here at the cult, make them feel like they're comfortable, because sometimes they act weird. The girl that happened to come over, her name was Fauna at the time, and she came over just to visit, and she was dancing with me and dancing with the guides and doing everything. And I just got into a conversation with her talking about the natal chart and telling her what her energies and looking into things. And then I had told her, you know what, okay, we can do this later. I want you to go have fun. I don't want to take you away from everybody. So basically he told me I was a parasite because I was too friendly with the guest that come over. And he said it wasn't the first time that happened. The guests that come over, I do sometimes feel special connections to some of them, but not like all of them. Like it wasn't a thing. That's what it is. I'm saying, like, and the reason why I made a face towards him is because I wanted to say something, but I was stopping myself from saying it because you don't want to argue back and forth with him. But I still got in trouble with it anyway. So, long story short, he said I was a parasite for wanting to socialize with the people that came over. And he was basically giving Zoka the go to hit me at any time. And he pointed out me making a face, as in, like, because at this point I'm looking at him like, what are you talking about? Because now he's trying to manipulate the room to see that I'm being this parasite and I'm selfish by putting on a aspect on the TV saying that how I'm selfish and self-centered and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, okay, I see that that's an aspect that I have, but that didn't apply to the situation though. It just didn't. I was just being like friendly. I was being honestly friendly because Malia was in her. She wasn't talking as much. Fufu was cleaning. I just thought just to talk. That's it. Just talk. Like, what the fuck was wrong with talking to a person? I don't know what the hell was wrong with that. So when he pointed out that I made a face, Zoka slaps me in the back of the neck. And I hollered out, what the fuck? Like, what? Why did you do that? I ain't doing nothing. And she hits me again after, I don't know what happened. I was just saying I didn't do anything. She hits me again. And at that time, I got up because I felt myself about to swing. But when I got up, all the girls got up. And after all the girls got up, they told me to sit back down. Now, at this point in my mind, I'm like, all right, it's either I swing and get jumped or I don't do shit and I get away with it. So I said, I'm not finna get jumped. But before I got set back down, Efru comes in and nudges me in the head and pushes me back. So at this point, I'm like, all right, I'm not finna get hit by 2 people at the same time, or 3 or 6 or 5. I'm not. So I sit down, and Sheba starts getting in my face or starts saying something, and I smirked at her because she would have never got like that if it was one-on-one. Like, it was funny to me, so I smirked. And that's when Zoka smacked the daylight out of me. I'm like, what the fuck? And at this point, I'm getting mad because I can't do anything. Or it's not that I can't do anything. I choose not to be doing anything because I'm smart. I'm not going to mess up my pretty face because I make a wrong, impulsive move. So at this point, I'm huffing and puffing because that hit me hard, and I'm mad as fuck that I can't do nothing about it. And I'm mad that they're smacking me up for being friendly. You feel me? Like, it didn't make sense to me. So um, then Baba G started going on and on about, you're the last person that should be causing me problems, and we should have jumped you when you stepped through the door and stuff like that. And I'm just like, and he's basically degrading me at this point. I'm just like, what the fuck did I do to you, yo? Like, I ain't do nothing at this point. Like, I literally was just trying to be friendly to a girl that possibly could be gay, so you might have been jealous or something, but I was just being friendly, and you just order them to smack me and have it be okay, and then now everybody is on my ass. Like, everybody's laughing, like the guys snickering, True talking shit. Like, I'm just like, what's really going on? And he's like, and then Baba G says, "Don't worry, we'll use Nateri as a servant, and come tomorrow." And this and that. And I'm just like, wow, like, really? When he said that, it triggered me, because I'm like, I'm not made to be in the background, yo. I know that about myself. I'm not made to be behind nobody. That and I shine really, 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 really bright. He wanted me to dress her up every day, with the fashion that I got, all the clothes that I brought. He wanted me to do everything for her. Anything that she wanted, I was supposed to do for her. And when I really thought about it, after seeing that they didn't really respect me or cared for me at all, they just said, "Oh, you just bought the fashion," without even recognizing that that's not all I did. You know what I'm saying? I realized that they don't love me like I really love them, and I want to go. And so after some time of just sitting there, and everybody got up and left, and they told me just to sit there, and they're still treating me like shit at this point, talking to me like a dog. Baba G comes in and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I told him no. And he was like, "You know what? Just go pack your shit. Goes, just make it clean, make it simple, just make it. Basically, he's saying, don't make a fuss about it. Just pack your shit and just get out." And usually when he says that, he expects people to be like, "No, I want to stay." But I was just like, "Okay, I need my pink and my white suitcase, and that's all I need." So I told the people I told True I need my suitcases. I went upstairs and I started packing. I started packing items of clothing. The girls, which is Zoka and Sheba, were upstairs making me trying to feel bad for taking my stuff. She was like, "Oh," and she was like, "Oh, and you taking all your shit back? You ain't shit." And they're at this point they're being little devils and demons trying to provoke me, and I'm just taking my breathers. I'm not responding to them at this point. I'm just like, all right, like, I'm just gonna get up and go, because I know what they're trying to do. I just gotta try to figure out how I'm gonna get out. I had $6 to my name in my bank account. I had to make sure I do something, because I can't live in this environment no more. It's not healthy for me. I truly see their true feelings about me. They're jealous of me. They don't like me. I gotta get out. That's what mine was at. My mind was at. Um, I felt really excluded at that point. Like, they didn't forgive me for anything I did. So basically, I was packing my stuff, and I asked Zoka if she can get my painting from the other room, which is Baba G's room. And she was like, "No, you go get that shit yourself." And I was like, "Okay." So I got up sporadically, and they got up sporadically and got in my face. Like, "Watch how you move around here, ho." And I'm like, "Yo, I'm not doing nothing. I'm just about to get my painting. Like, leave me alone." They're like, "No, you better watch how you move around here." And then Sheba pushes me, and I'm like, "Yo, don't touch me," because at this point I'm not doing nothing to them. I just got up sporadically to go get my stuff so I can get out. And then Zoka smacks me again, and I'm just like, "Yo, don't touch me, because I'm not doing nothing to you guys." At this point, I'm getting mad because, oh my God, I swear if it was one on one, they would have never touched me. But it's like they want to like just they know that because they're in numbers that they can like take advantage of you. So I'm just like, okay, at this point, I don't care, bro. Like, just get out my face. I'm trying to pack. And then Efru comes back upstairs and like shouts in my face, "You better stop yelling. I don't want to hear you downstairs while you're still in Baba G room because you're going to basically say I'm gonna get fucked up if I don't, stay quiet." And then the guys have to come in and tell them to calm the fuck down because at this point Sheba is grabbing my art because I asked for my art that was in the shed, which I brought my whole art supplies and art my whole canvases that was in my room because Baba G said he wanted all the art in the house, and then he said my art looked demonic and kept them in the shed. So I asked for the shed. I asked for the art to get out the shed. Sheba's grabbing my art and trying to toss them into my suitcase. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Chill out. Like, I'm not doing nothing. At this point, I swear, I'm not doing nothing to nobody. I'm just trying to get my shit and go calmly. Because that's what Baba G said. And the guys even had to tell them to chill out. Like, yo, chill out. Like, just let her, do her thing. And I say one thing. I say, I'm not doing nothing to them. And he's like, and then Calbert says about something about you and you provoking them. I'm like, I'm not even provoking them. They're just being bitches for no fucking reason, bro. They're being bitches. Literally, there's just being straight up demonic force bitches. And I'm just like, why? So at this point, I'm more hurt than angry because I ain't had time for it. So I pack up my stuff and I'm looking for Uber at this point. And whenever you try to leave carbonation, they're going to make sure that you know that it's your fault and you're at fault and you're stupid for leaving and it's hell out there and you're not going to go nowhere. At this point, when my stuff is packed up and I'm on my knees in front of Baba G, he's telling me that I'm used up. No one's going to want me. Um, I've been passed around. I'm a pass around. All this demonic shit to my face, and I'm just taking it. And I'm sad at this point. I'm real sad because I really thought they liked me, and they didn't. They was just faking the whole time. So it's like it was just making me feel like I'm stupid for even over loving or over giving. I gave my whole room. I sold my whole car. What the fuck else you want from me? I gave you my whole life, my whole wardrobe, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of clothing and shoes. I gave that all to the group, to the family, because I'm thinking like, yo, like, yeah, that this is it. Like this is my family. They didn't appreciate none of that shit, and they still wearing it to this fucking day. So I'm at this point. I'm just like, I gotta go, and they can take all the shit. They can have it all. I'll start over with nothing because I know God got me. I know that God have my back, and I know I can. I'm so abundant. My spiritual mother, Oshun, oh, she don't play that shit. I'm an Abeji. I'm a twin daughter of Oshun. Like, I'm not no just regular female. Like, I can get this all back. So that's why I just gave it to them because I know that they I'm an Abeji. I'm a twin daughter of Oshun. Like, I'm not no just regular female. Like, I can get this all back. So that's why I just gave it to them because I know that they need it more than I do. So I'm here with basically nothing at all. They cleaned out my whole room, and I sold my car, and I'm starting to fuck over.
And Terry, just for the record, can you let everyone know if you have been given any money or monetary compensation for doing this interview?
No, I didn't get any money. It's not about the money. I wanted the people to know the truth. That's it. It's not about no fucking money. Excuse myself. I'm just kind of like upset. I feel a bit
No,
upset
it's
now.
completely understandable. I feel like you were seriously abused there. At no point did you think to, so you loved them that much that at no point did you feel like you wanted to call the police? Was it fear? What was it that held you back from calling protection?
And oh, I wasn't done with the story on how I
Oh,
left.
go ahead. You can finish.
Yeah, I just remembered because someone just commented something, and I remembered. So when after I was done listening to what they had to say about me downstairs, and they were just saying I'm dumb, I'm stupid, and I'm actually agreeing with them at this point because I just felt like I was hurt, and I just wanted to go. At this point, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Um, like I don't know, I'm just gonna just go and all this other stuff. Then he's saying you're just you're a stupid bitch. I actually feel sad for you. I feel bad for you. You're not going nowhere. Just don't go nowhere. I'm like, nah, I want to leave now. And he's like, okay, well, you know, are you calling your Uber or whatever? I'm doing that right. I told him I'm doing that right now. And basically, I was just like trying to not let them tell me to stay. Because even Aya said, oh, stop being self-pity and just do the work. I'm like, nah, I don't want to be here no more. Like that shit is dead. It's done. I don't want to be here no more. Even though I truly in my heart I wanted to stay with the group and the family, I couldn't respect any of their tactics and how we did things anymore. Like, even what we did with Malia wasn't right. Like I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't do it no more. So I call my Uber. I call up a friend. Actually, I text a friend, and she said that I can stay at her um, place or whatever, art studio for the night, and then I can sleep on her couch in the art studio. All I need to do is get a ride there. She offered me a ride there. She called me up an Uber. I had to Uber over to a CVS or a nearby CVS first for them to pick me up at the CVS. I had $6. The Uber was $4, so I got the Uber, and I started to make my exit. And the girls are snatching a charger, my nigga, a charger out of my hand, saying, "Oh, is that your charger? Did you came with this charger?" I said, "No, I didn't come with this one, but I came with a charger, and I can't find it because people have been using it. I don't know where it is at." So they snatched the charger out my hand. I'm like, "Did Baba G tell you to do this?" So I was gonna go upstairs to go to Baba G. Queen Malia comes out and tells me to go back downstairs. And I'm just like, Baba G would have never treated me like this. Y'all bitches just jealous. I'm just thinking that in my mind. Like, so I just started going at this point. I didn't make no problem. I ain't cause no issue. I ain't cussed them out. Nothing. I just said, I'm going. And I'm rolling my shit out the door at this point with my shoes off. And I'm getting to the car. And that's when they said, Baba G is calling you. God is calling you. Will you answer the call? So I go back inside. I go back inside to tell him bye. And I hug him and he says, I love you. And I said, I love you too. And that's when he started taking me into the other room. And I said, no, stop. Like, I really gotta go at this point. Like, then my Uber's outside. So he takes me into the other room and I start crying in his arms. Because I don't know, I just was emotional. Everything was just like piling up on me. The Uber done left me, so I felt like I was trapped there again. And I was like, oh my God, like I just missed the Uber. Like, and he's telling me, I'm not gonna let you go. You know, you're my bitch, you're my property. And I'm telling him, like, you're gonna have to let me go. I'm telling him, you're gonna have to let me go. He's like, you think I can't let you go? And at this point, I'm looking at him in the eyes, and me being dumb, I got manipulated back in. Literally, like I couldn't resist him in that moment. In that moment, I was really vulnerable, and he knew exactly what to say to me to help have me stay there with him. And yeah, we did make love in that moment. I didn't want to like resist him. I didn't want to like, because any of that, because it was just like, if I felt like if I was gonna resist him and I already had done left the Uber done left, and my friend is calling me like back to back to back, asking me if I'm okay, and I'm just like being a stupid ass, like letting him manipulate me back into the situation and allowing him to have sex with me. So at this point, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm stupid as fuck because I'm a sucker for fucking love. Like, He knows exactly what to do to get me back. And at this point, in my mind, afterwards, I'm telling him I still want to go. And he's like, shut up. You my bitch. Like, you're not going nowhere. You're my property. Just hurry up and get over that shit. And let's go. Like, you wasting time. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a shower. And he's like, okay. So he leaves the room. And while I'm in the shower, I'm texting my friend. I'm like, at this point, I'm going to have to sneak out because I was weak in that moment. I was weak, and he knows exactly what to say to, just to get me back in. I missed my Uber. I missed my shot of going, um, and I'm gonna have to get out because he's not letting me go. He told me that he's not letting me go anywhere, so I'm gonna have to just go. So I um, I asked her for $11 for Uber um, to the nearest something somewhere, and that's what happened after that. And then afterwards, uh, a lady that has been like really supporting me throughout the years, I had messaged her, I didn't have to say anything. She just knew what to do. Like all I said was hi, Miss Anita, and she just sent me $50 out of nowhere. Boom. I was able to, with that $50, I was able to Uber to the nearest Waffle House, get something to eat, that same rising, the next rising, and Uber to the studio that I was sleeping in. And that was that. Um, I had to sneak out in the rising when everybody was sleeping, and I prayed to God that nobody woke up. The only person that was up was Zoka, and she was in the shower. So I took the opportunity to go because I knew that if I would have stayed, more humiliation, more embarrassment, more of what happened that night would have happened more if I stayed there. So that's the story.
That is quite a story. Thank you for sharing your story. Did they reach out to you after you had left? Did he try to contact you?
No, I changed my number afterwards and I deleted my Instagram so I can not have to get in contact with them. But they didn't even try to do anything. They couldn't get in contact with me. And if they, I don't even think they tried, honestly.
Do you realize that what he did to you before you left was do you think that it was truly love making or making love to you, or do you feel that it was, that it was coercion, which is pretty much one step down from, you know, sexual abuse?
No, I know that it wasn't love because it just felt fake. It just felt like he was acting and just to keep me. Like I'm just some kind of trophy to keep and not, share with the world. It's just I'm just something to just collect dust on the shelf. And I felt stupid. I felt real dumb because I'm supposed to be this strong ass woman, but I fell right back into it, you know. So yeah, I know it wasn't real. I knew that he was like just having sex to me for just to have sex with me so I can stay, thinking all I needed was dick, and that wasn't it. What I wanted was love, real genuine true love for him and the family, forgiveness, and I didn't even get that. So I just wanted to leave at that point. I just wanted to go.
Completely understandable. I just want to let the audience know that, guys, I did ask her earlier on in the interview if she was going to go to the authorities and file charges for the assault that the multiple assaults that have happened to her before she left. And she did say that she was addressing this on her own, and so we have to leave it in her hands and see what happens from there. But she was asked that question already. So guys, please stop saying that she should press charges. We have absolutely let her know that that's what she should do. And I absolutely support you 100% because you were assaulted, and I'm a I'm a proud L7. I will call the police on you, and I will press charges on you if you put your hands on me or if you try to assault me. I'm the type of person that I will go to the police without hesitation, because that's where my tax dollars go. So I fully support you in that, Nateri. Janae, if that's the route you decide to take, I feel that you should take that route. I'm not one of those, Black conscious community people that is, feels that we should never go to the police, and we should know especially as Black women, we have to, find ways to protect ourselves in any way possible and in any way, in any avenue that's available to us. So please don't feel ashamed to take that route. You have a ton of people out here that will support you if you did decide to do that. You have every right to do that. You have suffered a lot of abuse. A lot of the women there are still suffering a lot of abuse. And it's just really unfortunate that, we have this mindset in our community that, yeah, the police do fucked up things to us as a whole, but we should also hold the police accountable as well, to protect us when those instances occur.
They did me good, because I was a good person to them. I swear I was. So I'm not trying to make myself a victim at all, because I know I put myself through it. But nah, that ain't self-love over there. The motto is I love myself, but they don't love themselves. They don't. To keep putting up with that bullshit, we never loved ourselves. So nah.
Well, the gig is that the I love myself is that he came up with that. And so I think myself is him. Every time you say I love myself, you're basically giving reverence and praise and worship to him, because he
Right.
created that. And I know it's going to take you a while to break some of the cycles of, like, even the wording that you like, excuse myself and things like that. It's okay to say me. It's okay to be selfish, Janae. It's okay to put yourself first. Try practice saying I love me. I'm going to do what's best for me, because that myself shit that's what he came up with. He created that doctrine for you guys. And so it's going to take a lot of practice, but it's no better time to start than now.
Yeah, you're right. I have been saying I love myself for about 3 to 4 years now. So it is hard to come out of the programming. Even when I wasn't with Eligio, I was with Eligio, as in, like, I lived out the knowledge by going out and, you know, saying the slang, being the truth, whatever the truth was to them. But yeah, I'm slowly. I know it's gonna take a process of me getting out the mental program. I even say, bless myself still, of course, because I just got the cult a week ago, and it's been years of programming. So, but at the same time, I'm gonna be patient with myself.
About how I'm feeling right now, a lot's going on, I felt like I was breaking. This rising, I felt amazing. I felt happy. I feel like I made the right decision to leave. Since the first day I joined Carbonation, I wanted to go home. But I had to. And I was upset for This is what's been making me break down. This is what's been making me feel guilty. It's a cycle in your mind. You have these self-defeating thoughts. In my mind, I started feeling guilty, because I didn't want to. Anytime that I said I wanted to leave, I just been like, don't talk about me. I won't talk about you. I'm gonna go on my way. And that's how it's always been. Anytime I say I want to leave, that's what it is. And this time, and anytime I said I want to leave, there is like this interrogation. There is, it's a lot of shit that goes down that you don't actually see. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Every time I say I want to leave, I get bit in the ass. So I was like, for my own safety and for my daughter's safety, I need to record what goes down. And so that's the whole reason I recorded everything. Not because I want to set somebody out. It wasn't like that. It's strictly to protect us. Because I know what Chief does. He tries to gaslight you. He's a manipulator. And manipulators to skillfully handle things. Yes. Yes, to skillfully handle a situation, but he's not doing that for good. Yes, you want to be a manipulator. You do. You definitely want to be a manipulator in your reality, but he's manipulating people to do the wrong thing. He's using manipulation in the wrong way.
Mayfair did not come back there for you. She came there for to take your ass down and take Solar back with her. And what the fuck is wrong with True? What happened to True?
I don't even know what the fuck she talking about. He said Jerry came back for so long. What wrong with me? It's just the way you move make you look snaky, bro. You look like a snake. Because you so confused in how you move, bro. You just kill your image every time. Why? You got such great potential.
That's the thing. I do.
You got great potential, but you a snake, my nigga. You don't even know you a snake. Y'all watching this, people that's snakes, they don't even know they snakes.
I feel like I've been honest the whole time.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You've been honest, and that's what lets us know you a snake. That's like, hey guys, I snitched on you guys. I've been honest. I've been honest, but I betrayed you. Nigga, you still a fucking snitch. Bro, I tattletailed on all my friends, and I told all my friends business. What the fuck, bro? You keep dishonoring me, bro. On camera. No. You don't have to tell me you sorry, because I already know you sorry. Because you keep doing that to me, bro. I'm that nigga. You playing with my servants. You playing in my face. You playing in my house. You playing with my food, my energy. You playing with my time. And and listen. I'm just doing this to show the world how you bitches play games. Play so many fucking games, and you play in our face because white supremacy allows you to do it. You know who gonna take over the planet? Niggas. Gangs. This planet is going to gangs. She get treated the best, don't she? Malia get all the dick, don't she?
Yes.
Don't you, Malia? You get treated the best. You get most attention out of all the girls, don't you? Why you give me most of the problems? Look at this. Look at the scenario, y'all. Who get the most attention out of the group? Press 3 if you see Malia get all the fucking attention out of all the women. She get most of my love. Now tell me, is Malia ungrateful? Is Malia ungrateful?
Yes.
Malia, are you ungrateful?
I'm being ungrateful, yes.
Why? Because you want
It's a
attention.
spiritual journey, and we all
No, I don't give a fuck. It's a spiritual journey, but they get less attention. But they don't give me more problems. They're the ones supposed to be acting up. They're rubbing my feet right now. Bitch, what are you doing?
I was looking at the iPad.
No, what I'm saying, I don't give a fuck about no iPad. I'm asking you a question. Why are you the one with the attitude when you get all the dick?
I don't have attitude.
Do you get all the dick?
Bluetooth connection. I do. I do.
What you mean you think you do?
I said I do.
What you mean you think you do?
No, I didn't say I think I do. I said I do.
So what was the other guessing? You remember your breath, you said, I think I do.
At first I said I don't think I do, but then I said I do.
You don't think you do? Who gets more dick than you?
I do.
You get more dick than you do.
Wait, what?
How much dick do you get? Out of all the girls here, do you get an exceptional amount of extra dick? Do you get extra treatment? Do you dress in the best clothes?
We all got fashion.
Nah, bruh.
Come on now. I have.
Who got the best clothes out of everybody?
Where you get that dress from? Right. Exactly.
See how ungrateful the hoe is? She gonna act like it ain't true.
No, because I literally gave my clothes to y'all, so we all share the same clothes.
Okay.
But who get treated special?
I do.
That's
No, shut the fuck up.
That's the fastest they came.
No. Yeah. There it is. I said be quiet, ho. You too. You could leave too. Y'all, they will sponsor each one of y'all to leave. There's people that love Aya, love Efru. Please get the fuck out my face. Come get these hoes. They scared to leave. Why? Why would they be scared to leave? They got you. They got money. They got resources. You're going to help them go be independent black women that don't need no man. Come get these hoes. I don't want them. All you got to say is you ready to go. Look at these hoes. Look at the demon in these hoes. Look at them. Look at them thinking about it. Look at them. Get your stinking ass off me, hoe. Fucking touch me with that demon on you, hoe. Fuck off me, hoe. Back up. Back away from me. Stand right there. On your fucking face, all of y'all. Ever stand on me, don't touch me with no motherfucking demon. Come get these hoes. Come get them right now. I don't want these hoes around me no more. Come get them. I know they online. Go. Get them. Grab them. They're in danger. Hurry up. Come get them. Call a cop. Tell them come get these women. Get them the fuck out of my face. Stop playing with me. Now they could talk behind their back. When they leave, they're going to get real cocky. This is how Nateri was. But when she leave and Velvet leave, they got everything to say. Oh, nigga, da-da-da-da-da. Shut your stupid ass up, bitch. Wait, you got in front of the white man and said, I did this in front of the white man. Bitch, this how I get it in. This pushing P, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, where my admin at?
What the extravagant trips and the what is often referred to as love bombing is used in a way to kind of psychologically balance the abuse. I'm gonna abuse you really bad, but then I'm gonna treat you really good. So I want to say this off the break. I don't know if you seen yesterday, I showed you a little bit of their life. They live a very beautiful life.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
If anybody chat last night, did anybody see how they lived last night?
Yeah, I watched it and it was nice. You do look nice.
To see the life that these women live. My wives live an incredible life, something that you seen out of a movie. I'll be ready to pop the fuck off before I know it because my moon is in the first house. With my moon being in the first house in Aries, it's like I do shit before I think about it. So the other day, Efru was getting out of line and I smacked her before I knew it. Like, ever fucking talk to me like you fucking crazy. Because y'all fucked up and I be so upset with y'all that if somebody disrespect me in my real life, I'll smack the shit out you. I'm not playing no disrespect. Don't disrespect me. I love you to death. I give you everything in the world, I swear to God. But if you disrespect me, I will fuck you up, man or woman. I'm not the person. I will die about disrespect. Don't disrespect me ever in your fucking life. Because I don't play that shit. And so, yes, it's been occasions I put hands on Malia. I never had to put hands on Aya. Aya always knew her fucking place. She knew how to, and she's very cool, laid back. But Malia get toasty. She get toasty. I had to smack the shit out of her and let her know don't fucking play with me. And I admit that. With Efru the other day, when we was in a car and I was talking and she was like, well, da-da-da-da-da. I turned around and before I knew it, I smacked the shit out of her. Don't you ever in your fucking life talk to me, stupid bitch, after all I did for you. Don't you ever disrespect me. And you know all these people online is disrespecting me. Because y'all disrespect me to the point where the people in my life think that they can disrespect me. And I'm not having no disrespect in real life. I don't care if it's a nigga or a chick. You not disrespecting me. So I don't give a fuck. They watch y'all disrespect me 24/7 and think it's cool. So at the end of the day, I smacked her before I knew it. I said, bitch, fuck wrong with you? Don't you ever talk to me disrespectful in your life after all I done for you, after all I did for you. I took care of you. I take care of you. Don't you ever disrespect me in your motherfucking life, nigga. And I mean that. And that's how I am. And I'm never gonna change that about myself. If you motherfucking disrespect me, if you are female or male, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go upside your fucking head. I'm liable. I don't know what I could do. Maybe sometimes I could talk it out, but maybe sometimes I can't. And I might just smack the shit out of you. Don't play with me. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Go. Leave. But don't ever violate me as a man. Because if you violate me as the man at the wrong time, at the wrong place, I'm liable to smack the shit out of you. And I don't know how to control that. I don't know how to control that. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. As a man, I don't see nothing wrong with that at all. I don't. And any man that's like me thinks like me. Any intelligent man that's like me, he's gonna put her through the same thing. So it doesn't fucking matter. If there is a man out there that's as intelligent as me, he knows that polygamy is the way. If you are gonna build your own world and you're a god, you're gonna go get your own land, you're gonna build your own world, and you're not gonna be a part of society, then you have to have as many women as you can to mate with so that you can make a lot of babies for your nation. That's fucking duh. That's what gods do, duh. Why the fuck would I limit myself to one woman and then what? Okay, I limit myself to one woman, and then who's my daughter gonna sleep with? Who my daughter gonna mate with? I'm thinking strategically beyond my just having one baby. One baby. No, I need to have multiple children. I need to be that kind of nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So
which kind of puts you in this balanced state of not really knowing, am I a bad person or am I a good person? And do I
Yep.
it makes you feel like, oh, I have to go through this abuse, because look at how beautiful the abuse, look at the beautiful results that the abuse leads to. And then it causes people to associate good treatment with a requirement of abuse. But the real nature of good treatment is something that every human being deserves, and it doesn't have to be accompanied with the corresponding equivalent abuse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We really thought that we had to struggle, we had to suffer, we had to neglect ourselves, deplete ourselves, and then that's how you get a reward.
That's how you get to heaven.
That's how you get to heaven.
You
You
got to go
can't get
through
to
hell.
heaven. You have to. Yo, you didn't come here. I'm having a good time. Don't look at me.
Right.
I'm doing and eating whatever I want to do, but you don't get to do this. You didn't come here for that. You came here to suffer.
Right. You
And
didn't come here
once
to
you're
be
done
happy. You
suffering,
would always
and
say you
and
didn't come here to
and
be happy.
in the end, which is not an identifiable destination, in the end, you're gonna get everything. But don't pay attention to me desperately trying to get everything right now. Kind of sounds like the same white supremacy we was so-called preaching against.
Yes. Y'all know. Well, we all don't. Maybe not. We may all not know, but I know personally that Kayla hurts because she wanted children very badly. And now who knows if she's going to be able to have children again. When you have an abortion, you know, and when you have a miscarriage, it's kind of scary. You know, there's trauma there. So she wanted children. She talked all the time about having a little girl, and that never happened for her. And twice it was supposed to. The first time in Panama when she was with Caliber and she got pregnant, and he told her, you're not supposed to be with him, you're supposed to be with me. And so she decided in her mind she was going to be with the cult leader if she had a miscarriage. It's crazy because shortly after she was outside, and I guess she felt pain. She got on the toilet. I saw it. She had a miscarriage. And she said, I guess this is a sign that I should be with the co-leader. And me being as silly as I was at the time, told her she was right. And she's lucky that happened. It's just being so brainwashed. I told her that. And, you know, and funny, she ended up going back to Caliber shortly after, getting pregnant again. And then he took them all to California, and she came back and told me a very deep, dark secret. She said, I took a pill and I aborted the baby. I didn't know. I wasn't there. Didn't see her take it. But that's what she told me. And Kayla always trusted me. Jayon wanted to be she was so reluctant to be excited about her own pregnancy. None of us were excited for her except Janae. Nobody wanted her to be pregnant because we knew that how that would affect everything. The co-leader didn't even want her and Solar to be together from the beginning. So we knew that was going to be negative because we had already demonized their relationship in our mind. So when she got pregnant, nobody celebrated, nobody clapped. She was alone. That whole pregnancy, just like in my whole pregnancy, she was alone. And she was shamed. And she didn't want the baby. I believe she didn't want it. The baby grew and grew and grew. By the time she was about 5 or 6 months, and he was convincing her to drink tequila shots. She was very reluctant to take those shots, and he told her, "You're not supposed to have no fear. You're not supposed to have no fear," and made her take the shots. And shortly after that, he took all the women back. Like I was talking about earlier, there was 7 of us in one house in Mexico, and he made sure to have sex with her. 6 months pregnant, and I guess she had found a way. I think she was 6 months pregnant. She was definitely showing a lot. She had never been to a hospital though to get a checkup or anything. So we really don't know the health of the baby while this was all happening. After those tequila shots, nothing. She was never at a doctor appointment ever. None of us were. While pregnant. I remember her coming to me and telling me she found a video of there's a way to abort a baby when the baby is, even big, like even the amount of months that she was at, there was a way to abort the baby. So she came and showed me a video of how they do it, and it was a very graphic video. And she said, "This is what I want to do. I want to abort this baby." The baby was kicking, everything. She wanted to abort the baby. And she somehow got a ticket, and she got in the car to go abort the baby one morning. And she was going to go fly back to California, basically. That's where she got a ticket to. She was going to go fly back to California and get the baby aborted. Nobody knew about this. I don't think it was said online or out loud. I don't know, because I didn't watch every video or anything. I just know that this is what she told me. This is what I remember. And I just remember she came back, like that same day. She's like, "I couldn't do it." She's like, "I just got this feeling that it was like I was doing something wrong and I couldn't do it." And so she never got on the flight. She never went to California. She never got an abortion. She just stayed. And she got back with Solar, and she seemed to be doing better, but her skin was still really bad eczema. Just her body wasn't looking good. Her face wasn't looking good. Bags in her eyes. She wasn't the same girl. And I didn't realize this, but I watched a video yesterday where she even said that she got pregnant 3 months into her being there. I believe that Jayon would have left if she didn't get pregnant. She got pregnant 3 months into being there. What was she supposed to do? Get on a flight and go back to her family pregnant? She was embarrassed, This was a girl that only had one other sexual encounter in her life. We were a lot of like, we didn't give ourselves away like that. So getting pregnant 3 months into being there, she was shocked into staying, she was trapped and went through with the whole pregnancy after, even being forced into, I don't even know if this was before or after, but she did have a threesome with her and Solar and the cult leader. And she was forced to do that because the co-leader basically said to her in some type of way or form that, "Oh, you want to be with 2 men, right? Well, here's your chance." And she told me she didn't like it at all later on. And the reason why her tooth was not present towards, that stay, the end of that stay in Puerto Rico. Hold on, my baby. That she probably doesn't remember this stuff because I barely things like some certain things are coming back to me. Like thinking about her story, I'm going back into every encounter that I had with her, and I'm just like, I was so absorbed in things I had going on that I didn't take the time to think this young girl that came here at 19 is dealing with stuff that she should never have to deal with, and he broke her down, and I think we all did. By the end, I was slapping Zoka in Atlanta. I had her on her knees you know.
You was about to talk about
Her
her
tooth.
too, babe. Yeah.
Yep. So after there was an incident, you know, where I don't know if it was the same night that she had the threesome with them, but it was around that time where her and Solar got into a kind of altercation. I don't know if it was physical or not, but it wouldn't put it past me. I wouldn't put it past me because I don't even know if that's how you say that. I wouldn't doubt
Past
it
him.
because
Put it
oh,
past him.
oh okay, I wouldn't put it past him. I'm like, how do you say that?
No, it's all good.
I wouldn't doubt it because that was a normal thing in their relationship. Um, for somehow, some way, he got a hold of her tooth. So the tooth thing, she came and joined us with a false tooth. She got into some type of fight or something. I don't remember what the story was, but something happened in her childhood where she got her tooth knocked out. So that tooth that's there and it's missing. Oh, I'm not saying that right. The tooth that's missing now was always missing from childhood. She came there with a fake tooth. I didn't even know this until one day she doesn't have her tooth in. And I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, no, I don't know if it was that day. I think it was one day she pulled out her tooth for me. Like she knew how to like pull it out and like put it back in. I was like, wait, what? And she was like, yeah, it's a big insecurity of mine. And I'm just like, okay. So I guess that during this time that she had a threesome with them and she was having an altercation with Solar, Solar took the tooth and threw it far in Puerto Rico, like threw it off the balcony. So she was forced to then reveal to the world that she didn't have a tooth there anymore because she no longer had her false tooth. And the cult leader kept saying he would take her to the dentist to get another tooth, but he never did. So she was just kind of forced to live with out loud with her insecurity, and she kind of acts like it doesn't bother her, but it's her biggest insecurity. Like she's truly bothered by the fact that she's walking around without that tooth. That was, that meant a lot to her, and I think that's why he threw it off the balcony. And so like I said, she's beat up so bad mentally and physically that I don't think she knows where to turn at this point. I don't think she views herself as beautiful anymore, or as the star that she is anymore. She feels like she failed herself, because when she got there, and she feels like he's a prophet because when she got there, he told her don't be with Solar, and she went against him and was with Solar anyways. And she feel like if she would have listened to him in the beginning, she would be a goddess by now. But because she didn't listen to the cult leader and she went with Solar, she feel like she's the one that messed up and not the cult leader. So she blames herself for everything that happened, and it's not her fault. Even losing that child wasn't her fault. And I bet it's horrifying to be in that position where people think that you deliberately harmed your child, especially after having the thought of having an abortion. It's like she probably does blame herself because she's like, I didn't want the baby to be here, but I didn't want the baby to die like that, but she thought she was going to meet her baby that day. She thought she was going to have some type of normal relationship with her child that day. But it didn't happen. I remember we picked her up from the hospital, me and Aaron, her and Courtney.
And Dalen was there too.
Oh, he was.
Dalen with it was, yeah, because me and Dalen was,
oh yeah, you couldn't. You was battle buddies.
Yeah, so he had to go with me because I guess they dropped. Didn't the cult leader drop Jayon and Courtney off at the hospital?
Yeah, at the hospital.
We had to go get them.
Yeah,
we had to go get them.
Mm-hmm. We had to go get them. They were dropped off, and then I think we came and got them the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I think it was really real because the co-leader had told us that the baby had died in the hospital, but it became really real when she walked out without the baby. She walked out the hospital without the baby, and they got in the car.
Yeah, because I didn't understand. Like, I'm thinking, like, what if?
Yeah.
Did he tell us the baby died before we went there? Because I can't even remember.
I think they called him, and I believe he did tell us, because I wasn't totally shocked. I think he did tell us that the baby died, and he was kind of like a "I told you so" type of thing. Like, you know.
I can't even really remember.
Yeah, it was kind of blurry that day. I just remember I'm picturing her and Solar walking out the hospital, because I remember that moment, and she had like the black hoodie on, and she was like all cuddled up, like, you know, huddled over, like, you know, like obviously sad, and she got in the car and didn't even speak to me. Like, she was just like totally just curled up in the car, and she was texting. I remember she was like texting Solar back and forth, like she had so many deep feelings. You know, Jaeon's a very deep person. And she has so many deep feelings, and she was just writing about him and sending him messages back and forth. And they were like, he had his arm around her. They were close in that moment. They were all each other had. I mean, they were the only ones that experienced that. You know, we were not there.
Right.
They experienced that together. Just like me and Aaron experienced the birth of our child together. No one else was there. So it's different, you know, for them than it is for us. But I just remember, you know, she didn't talk. She didn't open up about it. I didn't expect her to. And shortly after, she was forced to get on that live. I think it was like a month before. It was like about 3-4 weeks after she was forced to get on that live.
I say it wasn't that long, because the only reason she was forced to get on that live was because the cult leader was trying to discredit the statements of people saying he killed the baby. So he doesn't care about Jaeon and her feelings at all.
No,
he just
and that's
wanted
what I
to
got
make
from
sure,
that video.
Huh?
I said, and that's what I got from that video. When I watched it yesterday, I realized he did not care about her. It was all about, tell him what happened.
Right. I gotta go back and watch some of these like pivotal moments in people's journey, because as I'm going with you in my mind as you're talking about it, I'm realizing how far removed I am from these people's experiences, emotions with these things that only low vibrational, weak people dive into, and that my emotions just can be disregarded because of how I'm thinking. But I'm realizing that the amount of unprocessed trauma that people are carrying,
and that's why I told you, babe, they're not
ridiculous.
healed. There's no way. There's no way.
Keep this nigga locked up. Keep this nigga behind bars. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. It's motherfuckers who left still talking about some free the 3 guy. Fuck the 3 guy. That nigga need to be locked up. Y'all not gonna, y'all don't care about it. Motherfuckers don't care because it ain't they mother, it ain't they sister, it ain't they niece. You feel me? Like, it's women over there who are being abused. You know what I'm saying? Who are being manipulated, mind controlled. You feel me? These are young women. These are young men who have a good heart, who just trying to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And who really look at this dude as a guide, as a teacher, someone who's going to guide them. But instead they're getting abused and thinking that it's discipline or it's, you know what I'm saying? But it's not okay. We see it online that how he talked to them and the things he's doing is not okay to anybody's spirit. Watching it just upsets people. You know what I'm saying? Fuck dude. Fuck the 3 guy. Lock this stupid ass nigga up. He a bitch. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the 3 guy. If anybody else talking about free him.
So we're gonna go over here and watch this.
You want to talk about childish? You want to talk about childish?
Over there.
You want to talk about childish? How about you tell people the actual truth?
What
Because
is
you considering, let me shut up and wait for YouTube, because I got a lot to say. I do.
Yeah,
people want to try to make it seem like it's about jealousy. Jealous of what? Be insecure about what?
I stand for the truth. I'm about the truth. You're not telling the whole truth. Period. That you've never done that. Ever. You don't even tell people how actually you were coerced into the shit that you did to Nature Boy to get him in jail and get him to the point that he's at right now. You didn't want to do that. You were coerced and talked to other people to do that.
Babe,
you a type of person.
Slow down.
Yeah, Jennifer, you know, after 3 years of knowing each other, Velvet Marquez tells me Eligio Bishop forced her to marry him. Why? She says that he'd tell her that she'd then be forced to bail him out of jail if anything were to happen to him. And of course, today, something quite opposite is happening. She's telling us her side of the story.
I feel that now looking back, I feel that I fell in love with an idea because he pretended to be someone that he wasn't.
Behind this smiling face, Velvet Marquez faced her hardest years next to Eligio Bishop.
He literally held me hostage. He took all of my identification, my passport, my birth certificate, my social, my bank cards, everything, you name it, medical documentations.
She says Bishop, the leader of the so-called cult Carbonation, went from spoiling her to abusing her when she got pregnant.
I was forced to engage in sexual activity that I did not want to do. I was still strangled on multiple occasions. So I had to willingly engage in these sexual activities because of to keep myself safe. He would abuse me in front of the women.
She had their daughter in 2019, and a year and a half later, she says he forced her to legally marry him in a Las Vegas chapel.
There was no medical attention given to us. So when I actually went into labor, I had to be rushed to the hospital 2 hours away.
For years, the cult would drive and settle across Central America. Velvet says Bishop lived off of other members' PPP loans and life savings. She gave him her $3,000 college fund, while others gave tens of thousands of dollars. And after 4 tries, she successfully ran away with their daughter with no money but hope.
My child is important. I don't understand how anybody could leave their child to be with him or to go live with him.
Now, Velvet tells me she has since received death threats from Eligio and that he even showed up to her family's home in Louisiana just months after she ran away. Jennifer?
Paula, do we know, did she ever try reaching out to law enforcement?
She tells me she did, but it was very hard to track him down because he moves so often, running away from law enforcement. But of course, now he is behind bars.
The alcohol behind my back, bro. You fuckhead. You fucking dickhead. Fuck you, man. I never permitted that shit. And the one time when I let her take a sip, you made her drink the whole cup, you asshole. Why didn't I go to the police back then? Why didn't I do this back then? I dare y'all motherfuckers to try to call me a liar, you fucking pussies. I dare y'all niggas to call me a fucking liar. Because I'm telling the fucking truth. Y'all fucking liars. Y'all lie to the people every day. Y'all admit the truth all the time. 3 is innocent, my ass.
We did this to ourselves, Captain.
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 Now you waking up. Now you waking up. We did this to ourselves, Captain.
We did this to ourselves, Captain.
We're gonna fix it.
We're gonna fix it.
We're gonna fix this.
We're gonna fix this.
We did this to ourselves, Captain.
We did this to ourselves, Captain.
Fixing now.
Fixing now.
We did this to ourselves, Captain.
We did this to ourselves, Captain.
Fixing now.
Fixing now.
Correcting now.
Correcting now.
Waking now.
Waking now.
We don't have an enemy, Captain.
We don't have an enemy, Captain.
We are our own enemy, Captain.
We are our own enemy, Captain.
Yeah. We did this to ourselves, Captain.
We did this to ourselves, Captain.
Let it be written.
Let it be done.
Let it be written.
Let it be done.
Let it be written.
Let it be done.
We did this to ourselves, Captain.
We did this to ourselves, Captain.
Let it be written.
Let it be done.
Fixing it. We are fixing it. No more excuses. White man this, the government this. The man is on my back. The man, look at what the man did to me. That's why you will never come out of your enslavement. You are being tortured by God God is punishing you through the white man. The white man is in divine order because you created the white man. Oh, you have lost your mind, and I'm here to give it to you. You forgot. You were the original people on the earth. You're the original devils. We are the original devils. We are the original gods. Everything is a manifestation of our thoughts. This is our world. And now you giving the credit to something that came out of you. You're saying they're responsible for our fall and our enslavement. We are the ones that enslaved ourselves because of the 7 deadly sins that plagued us. We stopped obeying the laws of nature. We were the original devils. And because we disobeyed the laws of nature, we got what we fucking got. And as long as you keep pointing the fucking finger, you're no God. What kind of God blames somebody else for something that they did?
Because I'm just like, listen, people don't understand the deepness of the significance that you hold in my life. People think that I'm just always like, oh, Velvet just wants somebody. No, you don't understand what some of these women that I've come into contact with has pushed me so far in my spiritual development. It's crazy. I've always wanted a sisterhood, and I just was on live the other day. I was like, Lord, show me who my sisters are. Like, reveal them to me. Like, show me who my sisters are. Like, seriously, because I'm tired of like feeling like, not even that I'm fighting alone or that I feel like I'm alone. I just feel like there's something greater that should be coming out of this situation. Like, I want what I do to stay between me and God, because my actions is gonna come to pass way before a word or anything like that. But I appreciate you. You are so beautiful. I tell you this all the time. I tell you this all the time.
I know, we stay complimenting each other, bro.
People go through things in life. People go through experiences in life to get wisdom, and I'm not going to judge you because of it. I'm not going to hold that against you, and I'm not going to say, she's just a nasty person. That girl had to experience with her life. That has nothing to do with me. I know who she is to me right now. I know deeper. I know deeper. I know what I've been through with her. I know what I've been through with that circumstance. I have the discernment. And sister, you keep shining and believing in yourself, because you have the talent that you possess, you still have yet to realize how far you could take it. Like, you should, instead of banking on other people and what other people could do for you and what job you could get, bank on yourself. Because you are a walking reservoir of talent. Anybody, any room that you step into should say, I want her art on my wall. I want her poetry on my list. I want her song on my album. Because you have that gift. You need to start investing in yourself, because that's where it's at. And that's where it starts. And if you have to do it alone, so just make sure that the people who continue to stay by your side during your rebuilding of your foundation, that's who you keep close to you at the end. Because once you make it to that level, you get to that level, you're going to see a lot of people come out the world race. Let's say Janae, Alexandria, I was there, and I love you, girl, and I was always rooting for you. Knowing goddamn well they was sitting in the back pew cursing at you and throwing stones at you. We're like, remember that time? Remember that time I went through that and you was sitting over there laughing at me? Okay. Let me tell you, you are beautiful. Queen, you are a beautiful queen, and don't let, because men didn't choose you. You need to go on my TikTok and watch the last TikTok that I posted. Don't let men make you feel like because they didn't choose you that you're not the prize. Period. Because there's gonna be someone, if it's in God's will, that's gonna come and he's gonna choose you any day. And so be patient for that. Wait on that, because that's the gift. That's the gift. You don't want nothing that's coming too easy neither, because they don't have no substance. You want something that you gotta wait for, because when you wait for it, you find greatness in it when you wait for it.
So tell me this. Why
What
was
up?
the three girls that stayed together when it's three girls that still together. It's like Zoka or three or four of them. They was at my supporter house 3 months ago. My supporter kicked them out because every time she came home, they was having Zoka stand in the corner because Nature Boy would call the phone and say she did certain things. And
Man,
it was
what
Zoka, and then
I know
soon as my supporter
your support is
soon as my supporter got home,
your support is my supporter, and that's my
listen,
homie.
soon as my supporter got home, then they would have Zoka get out the corner and stuff. So tell me why I got proof that Zoka and them was at my supporter house and
That's my
everything, and Nature Boy was controlling them. They was still hitting on they still hit on each other now. Nature Boy is still calling shots from why he in jail, and my supporter kicked them out. And they was in her
20
backyard in a tent.
21. So that's my homegirl.
She kicked them out. She kicked them out because Zoka, not Zoka, but the other one, the light skinned one, she kept on cooking in the kitchen and running her light bill up. And she said all day the girl kept cooking. She just was cooking, 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 and her light bill went up.
I'm my homegirl.
The light skin, Aya, yeah,
Now,
Aya.
so
They
the
said one
supporter,
day she kept on cooking and
the
my supporter
21,
light bill went up like $100.
21. The supporter is my homegirl.
They was saying, and I promise y'all
On top of that,
but no, they was not. No, they was not. They was not. No, they were not.
21.
They would stand in her backyard for free, and she
21,
would let them come in and
21,
cook and stuff.
21. Do the girl name start with a J? Do the girl name start with a J? That's my homegirl.
I'm not
That
telling you my supporter
her
name,
name
but
start with a J. 21. Her name start with
her
21.
Bigo name is not the same name on here.
Her name start with a
Listen,
her name start with a J. 21. I already know who you talking about. That's my homegirl. How you gonna tell me about when it
listen,
comes to paperwork? And I was
listen.
ask her how she get her money. Ask your supporter how did she get her money.
And
I
they was.
guarantee she
It
gonna say
doesn't matter.
keys. They
Every
paid
day when
rent.
she
21.
went to work,
That don't matter. They paid
every
rent.
day when she went to work, they kept
They
on.
paid
They was
rent.
beating me. Hey, Brandon Keys, you can say they pay rent, but listen to what I'm telling you. She said they were putting Zoka in the corner because Nature Boy was telling them
I don't
to,
know nothing about
and they
that.
were hitting on her while she was.
I don't know nothing
They
about
was
that.
hitting her
21.
while.
I don't know nothing about that.
I'm telling you, that's why they got kicked out of there.
Okay, so what does that have to do with this case?
He controls them. He's a manipulator.
Oh my god.
If anybody can control somebody from prison, what do you think he was doing when they was there?
Next to these beautiful beaches and in these beautiful places, in these foreign countries, that was very attractive to me. So it wasn't Nature Boy that was attractive to me, but it's like he will. I'm hearing an echo too. I'm not sure who it is. Maybe it's me, but I I will. It's like and you know what? Janae really helped me with this. And she's not up here no more. I don't know where she went, but Janae really helped me with this. Her coming out and saying what she said about actually being coerced made me realize that there was times where I was coerced. And I just I was like, when I when I realized that, I was so thankful for her, but I was also very angry. I was also very angry because I feel like, wow, I've been taken advantage of, to a different level. I allowed myself to be taken advantage of to a different level. And it made me realize that, I grew up not having to have these boundaries because I was always protected, just like you were saying, T, like my family, like they're amazing. And I just never had anybody preying on me. I never had no predators around me, nobody that I needed to protect myself from or set boundaries with. So, I didn't realize I had to do that. I didn't realize that that wasn't even there in me. I wasn't aware of that. So, there was many times where I was coerced into things I didn't want to do. There was many times where I saw a woman, being coerced into things that they really didn't want to do, or like they didn't come with interest in you, bro. They just came because they were interested in the lifestyle. Why are you trying to make it about you and their interest in you? And then it slowly turns into, oh, you really do want me. You really do love me. Look, I'm so attractive. I'm the most attractive person here. Matter of fact, I'm the most attractive person on the planet, and you should be attracted to me and only me. And don't even look or think or talk about or listen to another man's voice because I'm the only one you should be. And it kind of like, it brainwashes you into thinking that, this is who you really should be with. Well, maybe this is, I remember I like was trying to like break up with Aaron once because I had decided in my mind, which really wasn't my mind anymore, that Nature Boy had the best genetics. So in order to, you know, fulfill my purpose here on earth, then I need to be with him because he has the best genetics, you know? So it's like, I didn't choose him, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like coerced into choosing him. And that's like the most violating thing to think about. Cause it's just like, those weren't my freaking choices. You know, I didn't want to choose that, you know, but it happened. And, you know, and we're here now. So I'm thankful for that.
A lot of the things I've said, a lot of the arguments I've been in stemmed from something that had nothing to do with y'all, but y'all were targets. I couldn't target nobody in the cult. I couldn't target Nature Boy because that could potentially mean one, on either extreme. One, I'm getting my ass whooped by the other guys who I don't know how deep their loyalty runs, or I'm going to jail for life. And when you don't have a wife and kids, you might go there. But when you got a wife and a son, it's kind of hard to just think about yourself. So I'm thinking if I end up in prison for life, I ain't gonna see him anyway. What justice will that do me? And if I try to fight anybody, I could get my ass beat or killed because I don't know how connected to reality these guys around me are. And I know that at a moment's notice, to prove their loyalty, I'll just be the next nigga getting my ass whooped. So I had to find something to make it through each day without losing my shit. So I turned the anger and the hurt onto y'all asses.
I know when we talked the other day, you expressly did state to me that you did feel that there's been coercion there in the past. This is nothing new. Just as like my thoughts. And Aaron, for the record, I know you kind of touched on this when we first started the live, and I know you kind of went in on me, and it was cool, because I knew at that time, y'all didn't really have all the facts and really not a lot of understanding of what we knew was going on outside of the cult. But when I did my interview with Janae at the time, I had no knowledge that Janae had already done her due diligence and spoke to the people that she needed to speak to. Just upon hearing her tell her story, which was just crazy for me, like I'm putting myself in her shoes and saying, hey, if this is me, sex is the last thing that I want to do, after everything that I had just been through, and in that moment. And so I was just like, the first thing that popped into my mind was coercion. That sounds like coercion to me. Like, come on now, And so I'm so glad that you touched on this, because there are still people out there that don't understand, the different levels of coercion and the different levels of, being sexually abused and being sexually assaulted. And the fact that most of y'all didn't speak up about it, because it was like a culture, like kind of what Aaron alluded to earlier, is there's a culture created where it just starts to become the norm after a while. And I think when Velvet came out and she stated, how when Eligio took all the women and he held, he had them in one area, and he was, taking advantage of them sexually for a period of time, and how there were some women there that did not want this to happen. It really gave me a lot of understanding as to what, some of the dark deeds that were going on in this group. This man he was getting away with anything and everything. And that kind of leads me to, that kind of leads me back. Oh, you know what, Ray? I know you wanted to ask a question, so you can go ahead and ask your question, and then I will. I'll pop my question out after that.
No, I was just gonna ask. Given what Kendra just expressed, Aaron, was there ever a time for you where you felt like a need or a desire to protect Kendra or any of the other women? Was there ever a time for you that that you wanted to step in, like, oh my God, did it ever get to be too much for you in the sense of just witnessing it? Or even more specifically with Kendra, given the history and the fact that she's the mother of your child, like, was there ever a time that was just difficult to witness for you?
So there was times where it was difficult. The thing that really made me because like I said earlier, self-reflection got subtly dialed to how do we figure out how we're wrong? That's what it turned into. So what I would do is I would find ways to figure out how I'm wrong to feel how I'm feeling. And like I said earlier, one of my go-to points was maybe she just don't like me. And I can't be no hater in the game because contrary to what people may believe, I haven't had troubles with women ever. So I'm thinking maybe she just don't like me like that. And maybe she's young and maybe she's confused as to what she want to do because there's women in this room right now and even women on this panel right now who have been back and forth in relationships. So I'm thinking, hey, and he would always say, you didn't come here for no woman. I was like, you right. I didn't. You didn't come here with a woman. You didn't come here with a woman, da 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 da. So I'm like, yo, that's real. So I had certain things that would allow me to detach and redirect those initial feelings for Kendra and say, hey man, you tripping, bro. Cause I've seen dudes trip. I remember going over this girl house. She didn't tell me she had a man. She didn't tell me she had a boyfriend. I come out of her house and this dude smacks my phone out of my hand out of nowhere. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then he just leaves me alone and starts going in on her. And of course, common sense will tell you, oh shit, this must be her dude, or either this dude hasn't let her go. So I've already been in experiences where women have been deceptive, not to mention the narrative in carbonation started becoming women are the devil. So I'm thinking Kendra is causing confusion in my life. She's trying to get between me and my higher self, da 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 da. So those things were already auto suggested to keep you from considering anything else. Everybody was on the same understanding, and there was, an unspoken knowledge that if you resisted or had opposing thoughts, you would be dragging a meeting on for about 2 or 3 hours. And you had to choose after a while. In carbonation, nigga, you have to choose because 8 of your hours is getting sucked up to this nigga talking. So you have to choose. What the fuck am I gonna do with my time? Let me just agree so I can eat on time. Because this meeting might blow right through fucking solar noon and I'm hungry than a bitch. What time is it? 10:30? Oh hell no, this too late to argue. Nigga, let me just go along with this shit so I can go to sleep because we could be getting up at 3 o'clock. Who fucking knows?
They tear up stuff, they get emotionally out of control, and then they go and leave and they talk mess, and then they make everything really messy. And then I had realized it the other day. I said, no, that's not how it went down. It's so funny because a lot of people might think, I know it's a rumor that me and Aaron were placed together, that we were told to be with each other. That's not how that went down. Aaron, as soon as Aaron came and I saw him for the first time, I knew he was my husband. And when he told me that he was attracted to me, I told him, I'm attracted to you. We were together immediately, like that day. And I was actually with Tron at the time, but I was like, nah, or what's his actual name? Something. But I was just like, nah, I'm gonna be with him because I'm attracted to him. I really like him. Me and Tron's relationship was more of a friendship. So I knew that Aaron was my actual husband when I saw him. So that's why we got together, is because we both wanted to be together. And then over time, you know, uh, like we were talking about earlier, it was like, oh, your all's relationship is a distraction. No, you can't be together. It started to become, now I have control over your relationship. Oh, we had to ask permission to be together. And when we did ask permission to be together, I was humiliated and called a hoe in front of everybody because I had messed with you know, Musa and Tron and you know, he had broke my virginity, so now I'm a hoe. You know, I'm considered a hoe in the tribe, and I'm the issue. You know, but it's so funny because if that's the case, then why didn't you allow me to just stay with Aaron? Why, you know, why coerce me back into with you? And why even want me, you know, after I have Aaron, if I'm the confused one, you know? And then I'm thinking about all these other women that were involved, and I'm like, it wasn't these women that were confused. They knew who they wanted. They chose up. But it was always you that planted seeds in their head, like, oh, I know you're gonna want me soon. Oh yeah, I know you're gonna come back. But I know you're gonna come back to me though. Or, oh, you know, you really want me though. Like, you know, when a woman that's whole, like, got a whole marriage with another dude, but you saying these things to them. Like I remember one time in Puerto Rico, you know, me and Aaron were doing really good because we had spent a lot of time to ourselves, because, you know, he was off with his wives and stuff, and we had all moved back into one spot again, and I had went into like his quarters to get something. Like we had 2 levels to the house, so upstairs was his and downstairs was for us. Went upstairs to get something from Aya or Porsche or something. Was talking to the ladies, and he says to me, mind you, I'm with Aaron. Like, me and Aaron are with each other. We're together. We have our child. We're together. We're staying together. We've been together for a minute now. I go upstairs, and he says to me, oh, I wish I had a chocolate woman. Oh, true, so lucky. Oh, I wish I had some. Oh, da, da, da. And it's like, why would you even say that to a woman, you know, that's married to another man? Why even say that? You know, why even say that to her? That right there is actually what causes confusion. So I look back on a lot of things that were said and a lot of things that were done towards the women. And it wasn't the women that were causing confusion. It was these constant seeds being planted in the woman, these constant ideas and thoughts that were being planted. This is the way that you should feel. Oh, look, let me show you the way that you should feel. Oh, he doesn't do like this, huh? Oh, he doesn't, you know, and it's confusing. It's so confusing that it's like you don't really know what to do. I remember by the time we were in Atlanta, and you remember, Aaron, by the time we were in Atlanta, I just looked at you and I'm like, I don't know what to do. You know, I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know who to, and I mind you, I got a whole baby, but I don't know what to do. I'm like, I'm looking for the decision to be made for me at this point, because I'm just like, I'm so confused. I don't know which way is up, which way is right. I want to do the right thing, but I just don't know what that is anymore. And I feel like it wasn't me that came confused. You know what I'm saying? I knew who I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I wanted. It was all these little innuendos and these little, oh, this and that, and whispers in your ear that it just is confusing to you. And I talked to T about this. Along with the coercion, there is this idea that, oh, he romanticizes you as if he really likes you. Oh, ooh, look, ooh, yeah, I really love you. But in front of everybody will humiliate you and tell you how much he doesn't like you, just like he does with Portia. Oh, I'm not really interested in her. But get her alone in a room, and I'm so, so she's confused. She doesn't know, does this man really love me or does he not? Because in front of the world he don't love me, but behind closed doors he's saying, you know, it's so confusing. And it's like, it's not the women that are causing this confusion. That is such a way to distract, to make us feel like, you know, we can't have confidence in our own selves and our decisions, and what we think and what we feel. And I realized that, you know, being away for so long, and I was talking to Aaron about this the other day. I'm like, bro, this whole time we've been thinking women are the devil and women are the confusion ones. Women are the ones that are a cause of all of our problems and all of our issues. And I've been saying this, and I'm a woman. So it's like, I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it now knowing what was really going on. I'm just like, bruh, all right, okay.
The reflection and the ability for you guys to reminisce about the moments that you had together without, you know, the darkness in the room. I'm curious what you guys think is making these women stay at this point. And anyone can answer that. It could be Aaron, Janae, Kendra.
But I want y'all to go because, you know, I can only provide a dynamic coming from an intellectual perspective, but I really want the understanding from a woman's perspective to be at the forefront when it comes to this question. So yeah, I would like to hear that.
Yeah, I have a couple things I think it is. For one, the brainwashing. They really believe that he is the only source, the only way, the only truth, the only light, the only way to get to heaven, the only way to save your soul. Without him, you're just going to hell. You're going to go back to your lower self. You're going to go back to hellfire. And at the end of and he taught us that he used to say, or he used to constantly say to us that at the end of your life cycle, what you will see is me, because I'm your higher self. And I will say either well done, or, well done, my good and faithful servant, or I will condemn you. So, and which is weird because you can only condemn yourself. But then he says separation is illusion, I am you, so you kind of get like, oh, okay, like, all right, hypnotized into that. But yeah, it's like this idea that there's nothing else, and that's also a phrase that's constantly repeated. There's nothing else, there's nothing else. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna go do? Go get a job? Go back to white supremacy? Oh, what are you gonna do? There's nothing else but this. There's nothing else. And so you'll hear even me say, in old videos, you'll hear me say that. You'll hear the other women say that. You'll hear that constantly, because that's what we truly believe. That, well, I don't say that. I don't want to say that's what we truly believe, because how women think. We're like, I'm pretty sure I could find better than you, but at the same time, that's suppressed. So you're like, oh no, there's nothing else, because you're also damaging your self-esteem dealing with these type of person. So you don't really know that, you don't really believe in yourself that you can get better, because this person's telling you, yeah, you're not that bad. Like you ain't that cute. Like, calm down. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't that bad. Ain't no man gonna be checking for you. You're like, I'm the best you gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you're this brainwashing being done that makes you think that, this is all I'm good for, this right here, and then you just kind of surrender to it in a way that's like, well, I'm just going to put my all to it. And then that goes into commitment, right? Because that was like one of our things, was commitment. And if you leave, you're not loyal, and if you're not loyal here, you're not loyal anywhere, because wherever you go, there you are, so if you can't do it here, if you're not thriving here, you won't thrive anywhere. That's kind of like the indoctrination that's constantly, pronounced over and over again. So they're truly not believing in themselves outside of that. There's nothing for them outside of that, because they're Ephru, they're Aya, they're Malia, they're Sheba, they're those characters. There's nothing outside of that. What are you going to do? Go back to being Kendra? You know what I'm saying? That's something that is said like that. So you're thinking like, oh no, I can't do that. And I mean, come on, facing your family after this, facing them after this, like after 5 years, like that's tough. And it was tough for me. It was very tough for me, because I'm like, these people probably think I'm insane. You know what I'm saying? And not even only insane, but they probably just don't understand me, and that hurts. And that's lonely. And I'd rather be around these women that understand me than be around somebody that doesn't, and so they're staying together for each other, for the so-called mission, for the so-called commitment. And look, you look at y'all staying down. I heard him say, oh yeah, y'all stronger than all the dudes there now. Look at y'all holding it down. See, y'all some riders, so that type of energy make you feel special and make you feel like you're doing something. Yeah, you hold your man down while he locked up. You know what I'm saying? So that type of energy make you feel good about yourself. And then I would say also the security of having a man, because we were taught that without a man, you just gonna be out here fending for your life. You know what I'm saying? Because when the system fall, you ain't got no man, then you gonna die. But in all reality, right now they ain't got no man. System fall, what? Oh, that's right, he gonna break out of jail. So it's all this other stuff that is they're not factoring in. But I know one thing on our last phone call, he told me, oh, you white supremacy now, huh? You thinking for yourself, you independent. What happens when the system fall? And this is what I told him. I said, look, if the system fall, I'm gonna die. That if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Because I told him, I said, I'd rather die being true to myself than die over here lying. Because I know that I'm going to hell if I lie over here just lying to myself. So it's like, I guess they got to make that decision and know if they're really lying to themselves or not, or if they're, because I know I did a lot of convincing myself too. And I did a lot of convincing, trying to convince myself through the other women. So a lot of people were like, Sheba, why were you so mean? Why did you say this? Why did you say that? I was trying to convince myself. through these other women, that I was doing what I thought I was supposed to be doing, that I was so committed, that I was so down, that I was just so loyal, and I was so righteous, and ooh, I'm just the best. So I'm trying to convince myself this. So basically I'm taking on his narcissistic traits, trying to convince myself that I'm good and I'm righteous and I'm above all. And that's the reason why I'm talking, to these women like this. But yeah, so it's all of that wrapped into one big heavy load, and that's why you see their souls aren't really there, because they're not tapped into them. Jayon, I want to hug her like so tight and let her know, like, it's okay to go heal. Like, it's okay to just take your time and go heal, because there's no way you've healed from all that you've been through. Absolutely not. Because it takes time, it takes space when somebody is in your ear all freaking day. And that's the last thing that is the reason why they're still there. He's in their ear all day.
I have a question. So I have two questions about that. Do you think that, because Alicio himself has made comments about the D being so good and all this other stuff. Do you think sex plays a role in the manipulation and maintaining the control over them at this point?
I definitely was gonna hit on that. That's definitely one of the things that helps keep them underneath control. Especially if you have low self-esteem. And you think that the man is just the one that's supposed to be in control. You think that he's God. He's the only one in existence, and you're looking up to him, and you're wanting him to get his approval at any time. I feel like that definitely plays a part in that. I'm gonna let you talk, Kendra, because you definitely hit all the points that I was gonna make.
Oh no, definitely, like, yeah, low self-esteem. Because he was like, our teacher, he taught us things. He would get the whiteboard and he would teach us certain things, and we'd be like, wow, so enlightened. So we called him master teacher. Then it was like, oh, I'm Tahuti now, and then it was like, oh, I'm father something. It was like, oh, now I'm Eligio, and now I'm the Messiah, call me Chief. And then it was Chief, and Chief was cool because I felt like we all wanted that tribal life. So we was like, yeah, Chief, we can call you Chief, that's cool. But then then it went up from there, and it was like we had to say the most honorable Chief. We had to say it all. We had to say that full thing. So we were constantly, and I remember me and Aaron was talking about this the other night. I remember doing videos and saying the most honorable Chief, and I, in my head I'm like, this nigga is not that honorable. Like, why am I saying this? But it was like it just became a habit so much that it was like I had to say it, because if you didn't say it, it was like you thought you was going to get in trouble or something. And when I first entered into his life, I didn't even recognize him. Like, I wouldn't even post him on my Instagram. And I remember him being like, you don't post me. Like, what are you doing? Like, how are you going to be my student? You don't even post me, and I just thought that was so weird, because I'm like, I didn't come here for you. I came here for what we're doing and what we're teaching. So, he was really offended when people didn't acknowledge him. And I know, I've even made videos like, everybody that's out here in nature needs to acknowledge him. I know I did that, but that's because that was what I was taught, that because he sparked me to go out into this lifestyle, I needed to acknowledge him as my savior, my Lord and Savior. He saved me from the hell of Babylon. I needed to acknowledge him as that. And so these changes were so gradual that it was like, you know, when he started calling himself God or the three God, and he was rationalizing it with, Nikola Tesla and, the power of three and all this stuff, it was making sense to me during that time. But like I said, I was smoking a lot, I was under the influence a lot, not only of him, but of a substance, what I'm saying, that it was altering my perception of things. I could, I was seeing things. I was, I thought I was having visions. I thought I'm praising God. Oh, wow, he really is God. He really had us in like full blown praise sessions where he would play gospel music and we would worship him as God. So these things were like, these things were constantly happening to the point where I was like, I looked at him as God, and, that's scary, to look back and think of like that. But, and it's scary that those women are still looking at him like that. But, yeah, it was so gradual that it wasn't necessarily irritating, but it definitely was, yeah, it was something. It was heavy, that's for sure.
I'd like to share something with y'all. Just further emphasizes the lack of leadership ability and how nobody ever really felt compelled to acknowledge him the way that he wanted to be acknowledged, because typically when people are acknowledged or when they receive praise, it's something that genuinely comes from the person that's given the praise rather than it being an instruction. That was the weirdest thing about Eligio, is that he had to instruct praise. He had to instruct respect and honor because he wasn't doing anything to deserve it. And so I was reading Think and Grow Rich, and I'm gonna be really quick as it pertains to leadership. It says that the efficient leader leads by encouraging and not by trying to instill fear in the hearts of his followers. The leader who tries to impress his followers with his authority comes within the category of leadership through force. If a leader is a real leader, he will have no need to advertise that fact except by his conduct, his sympathy, understanding, fairness, and a demonstration that he knows his job. And that was just one of the 10 major causes of failure in leadership. And as I look over all 10, Eligio is unaware that he actually exhibits all of these signs of major causes of failure in leadership. And I will say that sometimes I beat myself up because I was actually a part of a actual successful organization. I've experienced successful leadership, and one of the character traits of a good leader is that they lead by example. They don't lead by telling you what you should do. It's just a natural occurrence, and that respect is developed by the behaviors of the leader rather than the demands of the leader. And I like I said, my stance is gonna stay the same from now until the day I die. Is that Leo Bishop needs serious help. He's not mentally competent, even though he has the capacity to articulate words in a manner that may make it seem that way. His competence as far as a leader, his competence as far as his ability to love others is not intact. And if he can't come to terms with that, by default, he will be a goddamn detriment to anybody whose life he's allowed to enter.
I know that you guys have seen a lot over the years, and I know that amongst all of the ex-cult members, there is a consensus that between Velvet and Malia, or Velvet and Tanisha, they were being mistreated the most. Now, we've heard a lot of rumors about Tanisha leaving. We've heard that she ran out of the house one time, but naked, ran to a neighbor's house, was, trying to get some help for herself. She's run off and, slept outdoors overnight with just a cell phone, with no service, things like that. And then we've heard also of instances where she left and some of the girls were directed to bring her back. From your standpoints and from what you guys have seen, do you guys truly believe that Malia or that Tanisha wants to be there? What do you guys like? What do you guys think is going to be the final thing that kind of brings her out of it, or is her situation the most detrimental of all the women there, in your opinion?
Yeah, my heart just got heavy thinking about that. She definitely is in the most she definitely is in the heaviest position, I think, right now, because she's being showered with love right now. No, I keep saying love, but it's not love. It's just like attention. It's just like she's being showered with attention. Oh, you're my baby. You know I love you. You're my queen. They're gonna worship you. They're gonna bow down to your feet. So, and they are. So she's being showered with this love, and we actually did this. I'll talk about it I talk about this too, but we did this for a lot of women that came through that he felt like were beautiful, and he wanted to like kind of groom them in. We would love bomb them. So they would come in and we would give them baths, and we would give them all, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful, we love you, oh my goodness. He would want us to kind of, just be extra attentive to her. So that kind of makes a woman feel like, wow, they think I'm special. So that's what's going on with Tanisha right now. She's getting a lot of love. She's getting a lot of attention. And well, the issue is that this is how I personally feel. I feel like she's getting that attention, not because he likes her and not because she likes him, because I don't think she likes him at all. I think she's kind of irritated in his presence, and that's why she was kind of off, and that's why for a long period you didn't see her in the camera, because she, they irritated each other, and he would send her off to the other room and like just give her, space. Give space between them, because they don't really like each other, but they don't really get along too well. Just like him and Velvet didn't really get along too well. But I mean, how can you get along with somebody like this? But yeah, but she definitely is in the most heavy position, because she's trying to keep it loyal, she's trying to stay down, she's trying to ride or die, and he's giving her all this attention. And I personally believe that the reason for it is that if she ever wake up and come to her senses, she gonna say, and I want her to say it, she gonna say a whole lot, and it's gonna cook him. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna cook him, because the things that she's experienced, are and I've witnessed her experience. Like it's just plain wrong. Like it's just plain wrong. It's just plain evil. Like it doesn't make sense at all. But he don't want her to leave, because if she leave and come to her senses, she gonna tell that. She gonna tell that. And he don't. I mean, maybe he trying to protect himself and not get cooked for that, because he abused her. Yeah, yeah. That's abuse. That's straight abuse. And she knows it, and that's why she ran down the street. That's why she leaves so many times, because she knows it. She don't. But she brainwashed. We was all brainwashed. So it's like there's nothing else. So even though she was at her aunt's house or whoever house she went to, she ended up, her aunt said something that triggered her, like, oh, he's not the Messiah. And what did she say? Oh, yes, he is, because and it triggered her, and it made her do what? Call him. So it is like, and that's also why I'm speaking about this, because I know some people might have family members that are involved in these type of things, and you might be trying to protect them, but it might actually lead them right back, because they get triggered and they don't know how to respond to them triggers, but to run back. So, when you say things like, no, he ain't, or you better stop saying that stuff, they get triggered, because they've attached themselves to that so much, so they run back to it. And I'm not saying it's nobody's fault, but just for people who maybe have people that are going through this, you got to be patient, you got to be kind with them, because they don't know no better, they're not operating with their clear mind. So when she came back, she didn't really want to come back. It was almost like, his mind was in her mind, so she came back. And so I think she's there just still under the programming, because he's talking all the time, he's in her ear all the time, and it seems like it's love. And when he gets out, he's gonna, oh my goodness, he's gonna shower her with love, and she's gonna be the queen of the earth, and everything is gonna be beautiful, so she's banking on that. She's really banking on that. But no, that's just not going to be the reality. That's just not going to be the fate. But yeah.
Do you feel, in your opinion, that Leligio has ever falsely imprisoned Tanisha? And when I say that, I kind of just keep in mind that there are different elements of what could constitute a false imprisonment. And Aaron, feel free to provide your input as well from your logical, analytical standpoint of if you feel that he's falsely imprisoned Tanisha or any of the anybody else that's come through. I know it hasn't happened to everybody, but I know it's happened to a few people.
I mean, yeah, I'll just say this, and then I'll see if anybody else wants to say anything. Yeah, because when somebody wants to leave, you let them go, right? I mean, that's what we say online. When somebody want to leave, we let them go. We let them walk out. We're not supposed, but why are we, making her feel bad for wanting to leave and making her feel like she's going to her lower self and she's a demon, or why are you chasing her out the door? Why are you trying to grab her to pull her back in? That is not, every time she ran off, he was trying to grab her. She got away in Puerto Rico. She got away in certain places where, like you said, like she was sleeping outside or whatever when she went out, the phone and stuff, and came back. Like there's so many times where Tanisha has left and she was able to run out. She literally always runs out the door because she knows he's gonna try to catch her and bring her back in and then sit her down and then try to, talk her back into, or maybe even hit her back into, his program. So, yeah, it's false imprisonment, definitely. That's what I'm gonna say.
I would say you got two standpoints. You got the standpoint of what, Georgia law says, and then you got the actual psychological element of people literally being afraid to leave because of what's been said to them, as well as the reckless nature of this person. One day he might let you walk out the door. One day he might punch your ass. One day he might grab you. Who knows? So the element of uncertainty in itself is a form of intimidation, which can be considered a form of force. Now, then you have the Georgia element, as it says in the judicial code, that is not false imprisonment if there's a means of escape and the doors is always, open, able to be open and unlocked. Ain't no bars on the doors or nothing like that. So it depends upon what stance you want to take.
And I also wanted to say one more thing, because everybody else was influenced by him, if she would try to leave, or if anybody would try to leave, or think about leaving, um, we would also, or I should say, anybody in the cult would also intimidate them. So just like we did with Janae, we intimidated her, made her feel really bad for leaving. Just like with Tanisha or with Jayon or with whoever, we would make you feel very bad about making the decision that you're making to leave. So, we might even say something. I know I said something to Janae, probably that was really mean. I don't remember what I said, but it was really mean when she was on her way out, and to make her feel bad for going. And a lot of times, I was one of the main ones that would, definitely say something mean to one of the girls that's trying to leave, or one of the girls that say they want to leave. Like, Portia, she said she want to leave multiple times, and I've, you know, talked her down, you know what I'm saying, and talked her back to the program, so everybody around you is supposed to reinforce, you know, the program. So no matter where you turn, you get in the program, so that if you ever think about leaving, you really can't tell nobody. This is why people leave in the middle of the night. This is why people leave without saying anything, because you can't tell nobody that you're doing it, because they're just going to try to talk you back into it. Try to talk you back into the program. They're trying to talk you to stand, or they're gonna, because of Tanisha leaving so many times, it made it seem like, she didn't really want to leave, but she was doing that for attention. So then it became, oh, we need to really intimidate her because she needs to stop making us look bad, so we need to really hold, big dog her, like, you better calm down, so we kind of punked her, or whatever. But, or we punked Zoka because because we're like, Zoka, you don't really want to leave, so you better sit down and, relax. It's somewhere, and I've slapped Zoka before, and so stuff like that, like, it's intimidation, and it's making one feel bad for just making a decision with their life, like, I think I want to go, I want some space, like, but we were literally influenced to just constantly, wherever you turn, if you had a problem, if you had an issue, and you're like, man, I'm thinking about something like this, somebody would say, oh no, you should look at it like this, basically insert nature boy here, insert nature boy line here, think about it like this is what you should think. And then that person's like, oh, okay. So it's like we're walking around like little robots constantly reinforcing each other to the program. So yeah.
Because you seen to what degree, when Janae left, you seen to what extent I was going to discredit her statement without any attempt to really consider if this was a possibility or not. I was already subconsciously conditioned and trained to immediately make someone an enemy who is in disagreement with what we believe in. And so, contrary and ironically to love is understanding, we were the least understanding motherfuckers I ever seen, myself included. Because when somebody said they wanted to leave, if our motto was love is understanding, we should sit there and try to understand why the person wants to leave and see what type of adjustments and policies we can put into place to keep that person to stay. But rather, what do? We exercise a form of failing leadership and try to force the person, whether that be physically or mentally, that what they believe in is wrong and that they're a demon for leaving. That's not love, and that's not appropriate leadership necessary to build the nation. So, just looking back at, I wouldn't say me, but the characters we was playing, and we can see just how contradictory and hypocritical we were. And of course, and it's funny that we use Bible verses, and one of the ones that popped up the most to justify y'all's attitude towards us. When I say y'all, I'm saying quote unquote trolls or quote unquote outsiders, is the world hates the disciples. And I've been telling myself, looking at the character True that I was playing and the other people around me, is that the world should hate the fucking disciples. If they was anything like me, like True, if they was anything like Musa or any other disciple there, the world should hate the fucking disciples. Because the disciples, if they were anything like we was acting, were some hypocritical, contradictory fucks. And so the world hating them is actually a legitimate response, but it was used as a means to discredit the points that y'all was making. And rather than looking at them, they were simply reduced to lower self behavior.
I really feel like I'm one of the first guys to really speak up like about everything, like how I feel about it. Like, and it's like the men there are taught that abuse of women is okay. You feel me? So anytime that something is happening with the women, there's no real person to really speak up on it because we've made it up in our minds that this is our God, and that he's perfect, and what he does and what he says, and just like try to justify it. um like it doesn't matter. Like when you give your mind completely to him, anything is like you'll allow anything to happen like to you. So like I remember my first time being there, I was in a van, and man, it was I didn't know what was going on because I'm not all like the guys are not always around him and the woman all the time. But when he was with Velvet, they was in the car. I remember he hit her so bad, bruh, that she was bleeding. Like her nose was bleeding. Like, and I felt something like in the car. Like I felt something because, I've had past traumas of seeing my grandfather being abusive to my grandmother. So it instantly like triggered like that trauma within me, and I knew it was wrong. I just thought it wasn't my place, like to speak up on another, because that's how it's always been. It's like I was in that moment. I was like still a little boy that felt like powerless, because it's like, damn, this is my father figure. Like this is who I look up to. Like I can't. He doing what? Maybe she did something to piss him off. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just I accepted him as my father figure, as my role model. So every little thing he did, even when I knew in my heart it was wrong, I still went along with it. And I don't even think this been said. I don't know if it's been said by Velvet, but I mean, it's nothing new. You know, the abuse is nothing new. I'm just telling you what I've seen that didn't get talked about. I don't know if it didn't get talked about or not, but I'm just telling you what I've seen that I didn't say for so long. And but that was a critical moment that I could have spoke up and I didn't. Um, and over time, I think that when I went back, I really, really realized that it got worse. You know, like damn, this shit got worse. Like it didn't get no better. Like as far as like me seeing that it's just unpredictable. You have to go with what he's doing, and like you can't have your own sleep schedule. And you know, if he says this a meeting, we got to pull up to the meeting, and people are really tired and stressed and don't get no time to really think for themselves to even get out of the spells. It's like the men constant, like it's like constant like verbal abuse of, but it's like the way that he does it is like it's like they say that a narcissist is always apologizing, like always. And it's always been like, damn, I apologize, y'all. I didn't mean to be that hard on y'all. But when you're hard on us, you're really hard on us, like extremely hard on us, verbally, and sometimes with the woman physically. Not just him kicking Malia in the. I know I said it doesn't matter if it was the stomach or the ribs. It doesn't matter what it was. It happened. She was on the ground and got kicked. And then sometimes when the women don't line up right, they get pushed around, and he didn't push Malia head against the wall. That didn't get said. But it's like he tries to reverse it and tries to justify when he's not being moral. He doesn't want to see it and tries to paint me as the bad person. But I'm glad that I'm strong enough to even be able to be up here and talk about it, because I'm not gonna let him stop me no more, bro. I just can't do it, because I love the people that's there. Like I built a connection with them, and I have compassion like enough. Like I'm a catalyst for the generational curses. You're seeing it live, like of it being shown. Like this is what our people is going through. Like you're actually seeing me. I'm like a catalyst in the middle of all of it. Like I'm in it and it's happening. Like so, just like the pressure like that gets put on you of not you like, man, I tell you, like I really really feel for the women, because it's not right. It's not right, bro. And hopefully, I really feel like Malia is going to leave. I really do feel that way. I feel like Zoka is going to leave eventually. I don't know about everybody else, but I do know that I'm gonna do my best to like share what I have to say, you know.
So it was a night. We had all taken shots, about 6 shots that night.
Mm-hmm.
The women, the guys had taken about 6 shots that night. So everybody was laid off Patron, and things got rowdy, and the women were in the room upstairs together, and Eliana was like, "Hey, I want to fight you, Malia." But however, she was very aggressive about it. She was very hostile about it, and Malia was like taken off guard, and she was like, "I don't want to fight. I'd rather just talk."
Mm-hmm.
And Eliana was like, "Nah, like we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight right now, you know." And she was just adamant about it. Malia was resistant to it, and Malia had run off to go to the restroom. She's like, "I'm gonna go to the restroom."
Mm-hmm.
And so she goes to the restroom. However, the restroom is right in front of the set of stairs we had at this house, directly in front. So once she went in and she came right back out about a second later and ran down the stairs. As she's trying to run up the door, she's like, "I'm gonna call the police." And Zoka runs after her, drags her back up the stairs, and throws her through the gate that we had up for the babies. And And that's when Nature Boy stepped in, because Nature Boy wasn't fully involved at that point. He was allowing the women to take over it. But
Mhm.
once she said, "I'm calling the police," that's when he really got upset. Like, damn, you gonna call the cops on me knowing what happens when you do that? So he took her to the room, and that's when he started beating on her. He started beating on her. All the women were in the room right next door, just standing there, waiting for them to return. And at one point, they did come out the room. However, Malia was resistant to come out the room. He was trying to get her to come back and apologize. However, she didn't want to, so he took her back to the room and continued to hit on her and yell at her and whatever. And he tried to bring her out a second time. And the second time she came out, she started motioning as if she was like, cut my wrist. But I couldn't hear her speak. And you could hear Nature Boy say, we might as well go get a knife. However, he just takes her back.
Hold on. I'm trying to. I need to process this because I don't understand what you're saying to me. So basically, who did he want her to apologize to?
Apologize to Eliana, because Eliana was saying that Malia disrespected her.
Okay, so then. Okay, and then he beat her in the room and dragged her back out to apologize.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she was motioning on her wrist.
Yeah, she was in the hallway because she didn't want to come back into the room. Like, every time he pushed her towards the room, she was running back the other way. And so she was like falling on her knees, going like this. We all know what that means.
So she was on her knees trying to act like she was cutting her wrist.
Right. And he was just like, all right, let's go get a knife right now. However, they didn't go get one. He just took her back to the room and continued to hit on her.
Okay, so he hit her for 3 rounds is what you're explaining to me.
Yeah, before she finally came out the room.
Wow. Okay. So, like, how did this make you feel? Okay, so before we even go there, you said there was a lot of fighting. You said that was what was going on upstairs. You said that there was more fighting with the men.
Yeah, the men were downstairs having the WWE going on. I don't know, everybody was fighting. The women upstairs weren't so much fighting. We were having spiritual battles that night. So the women were, for a minute there, we were actually at peace with each other. However, at one point it did change, but we were doing spiritual baths. So our men were on that. Not necessarily the guys was downstairs having problems with each other and wanted to fight. And actually what started the women is fighting is Nature Boy was like, all right, it's time for the women. Who wants to fight? Nature Boy up there trying to amp everybody up. Who wants to fight? You want to fight? Calling people out. You want to fight? You want to fight? And Eliana like, I want to fight Malia.
So he was asking and promoting who wants to fight.
Absolutely.
Okay, that makes a very big difference because that's obviously statutory influence when somebody's like encouraging you and egging you on to fight, which he tries to pretend he has nothing to do with. So you're saying he went around asking everybody who wanted to fight, and that's when everybody spoke up about who they wanted to fight.
Well, it was quiet. It was all about Eliana and Malia,
okay,
because we had just came back from downstairs from seeing how the guys had fought. We went upstairs, and that's when Eliana was like, I want to fight you, Malia. And Nature Boy was like, okay, who else want to fight? It's time for the women to fight. And that's when he was like, okay, but mostly it was just Eliana. She wanted to fight Malia. Malia didn't want to fight. And how I felt in that moment is the question you had asked earlier. And the way I felt is, one, I commended Malia in my mind, because I'm like, I'm grateful for her applying the knowledge, communication. Right? She wanted to communicate about it. However, Eliana allowed her emotions to overpower her, and all she wanted to do was get physical. So I appreciated Malia for standing up for herself and saying, I'd rather talk to you about it. I mean, hey, I don't believe that we should be fighting each other. Like, that's not how we should be handling business, especially if this is a sisterhood and we're supposed to build each other up. So I was kind of annoyed with Eliana. I was grateful for Malia. However, when she ran out the room, I was just like, damn.
Wow.
I'm trying to escape right now. So
this is proof that 3 God is innocent. She said she left on March 24th, then did an interview on March 31st. Then 3 God gets locked up on April 14th for these charges. Now, let's critically think here. I need these questions answered. Actually, you need to have your dates in order. So, let's see. She said she left on March 24th. then did an interview on March 31st. Let's see what the actual court documents state when she filed the charges against Eligio. On 3/30. Yes, on 3/30. So that had to have been the day before the interview that the charges were filed and that she had talked to the detectives. Dumbass. I wish that I had something to do with her filing those charges at the time. I would love to take credit, but...
I can't argue with you. You mad. I can't argue with you. No. Look at you. Look at you. You mad. Look at you. You big man. I'm happy. Leave me alone. I'm happy. Sway. Leave me
Sights on the bungle. Y'all motherfuckers ain't ready. Facing the boat to get a condition committee and sharp as a machete. Dope, I don't. Herbs, I do. You bitch probably can see me with a bird's eye view. Ooh, it's alive, your head spin. Stop walking the one way to a fucking dead end. But you're yellow, coward hard. Better break some water. Get the gasoline candle. Get this fucking fire started. Your heart jump like a bass drum pump. If you better than meet the alligator in the swamp. Here I go. Here I go, 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 here I go. Ah, no, y'all niggas ain't man right here. I know y'all niggas ain't. You motherfuckers know about rap. Who put you on the map? Ah, no, y'all niggas ain't fucking with you like a fucking damn. Here I go, the man right here. Here I go, here I go. Damn. All out. What you be doing? Rhyme saying, straight with them suckers I'm smoking, hoes I'm laying, niggas old band is saying. I got them praying the land they can. Ask them hoes, I ain't playing, baby. Won't you get beat? Tell them turn in the cheek, cock back like Mad Max and knock a one at the fucking teeth. Gin machine, executioner. B.O.B. is the guillotine. My lifestyle food. Peel on my food. After disaster, I had to sip it on chicken noodle. With your ass getting fucked by your women. From a shark dog. Bitch, at night don't go swimming. Cause if you do, you do. There was more than there. I'd probably be the king of the Looney Tunes. Cutting gas, rocking nasty assassin. While I'm slashing, smashing, kicking ass with a passion. Mr. Coast of the road. Just that cold, another nigga couldn't touch me with a fat pole. Wanna fight Iron Mike, but you're too damn light, like a knife. I rip you from your ass to your appetite. Gangsta and sinister. Fuck it out, I'm the foreign minister. Don't brag fag. Wanna battle, bring a body back. I'm gonna need it to carry your stupid ass. I'm served. Time to serve rhymes are heard like words of King George III. I'll proceed to mislead and speak hoes out G. Survival cause I'm sour like Johnny Appleseed. I am true. Hoes call me smooth, bitch, I'm smooth. Watch your fucking attitude. Rap from the back. Curves like a Mac, I'm like a black cat. On the trail of a fat rat. You're gonna overdose and choke off these rhymes I wrote. Somebody said that you were looking for me. Here I go, 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 here I go. I'm going straight for your throat. Like a you're the only goat. Nobody knows you spend me like a hoe. No, you hoe. Can I find the antidote when I start with flow? Make our heroes huff, puff, and bluff. Come touch this rough stuff and get cuffed. Snuff, puff, and scuff. You can't get with this unwitness. I'm bad to it. I fuck you up with the quickness. I paid my dues. I'm bad news to fools. I choose to lose. Fuck the rules. I wreck Buku Cruise, nigga. But the words I use, got me feeling like you should hear. Screaming and singing, singing the blues. You've been childish. I never bled in the battle. I refuse to bruise. You can bring your whole posse, bitch. I still won't lose. I stop your whole staff. Must want a bloodbath. Fucking rip raff. Break you in half and last snap. Serve you back to kill you and curve you. Think about the words you heard. You fucking nerds. You tried to bribe me, rob me, dodge me. Fucking fighting, making money on my hobbies. Freeze them and grease them up. Got them up, set them up, butted them up. Put up. Wanna fight, bitch? Put them up. How that sound? Come get knocked down. Those I throw, bitch, you won't last around. Not bet, let's see what we can fuck with next. Step that ass in the ring, and I'ma jab it to death. Cause I'm the mad black prince of the south. And he who run up don't get knocked the fuck out. All around, blow for blow, we can go.